Panther Nation, what is good? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. I am your favorite armchair GM, CJ. You muted, cuz.
And I am your favorite uh armchair slash GM slash scout couch scout, better known as Pastor Trenches.
Hey,
What's going on?
what's up, cuz? It
I
been
had
that
it
type
all
of day,
messed
ain't it?
up.
It's been that type of day, ain't it, dog?
Yeah, it's been that type of day, dog.
Oh my goodness, yo!
Oh
When I
man.
say when I say we got a lot to get into tonight, we got a lot to get into tonight, man. Hey, but first off, let me get just a quick your quick overall thoughts of Sunday's game.
Unexpected and
Hmm.
fantastic.
Okay. You know what? I'll
Yeah.
sum it up in one word, probably two words, depending on where you're from. God damn, boy. Yo, let me
Yeah.
tell you, that was like you said, that was very, very unexpected.
Yeah.
Just on the edge of my seat the entire game. It was wild. It was
Yeah.
wild. Absolutely wild. All right, man. But hey, again, welcome to everybody. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you return to the channel, welcome. Either way, if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. You can check us out on all social media at Two Fans in the Stands and over on Twix, as we like to call it. That's a mixture of Twitter and X. You can catch us at Two Fans ITS. All right. And Tony, let's get into some comments. Hey, and right off the jump, Mr. Hunky Dory with a $2 super chat. How you doing,
Hey,
sir?
appreciate you, Mr. Hunkador.
We greatly appreciate you. Thank you. He says, at work, best way to end the season 2025 equals playoffs. Hey, I hope so. I hope
Yes,
so. I
sir.
hope so.
That is the hope and prayer.
Mm-hmm. SC Pace 4. I like that profile picture too. Let me tell you, that's been all over everywhere. I had it in the thumbnail and everything. Say what's up, fellas? Hope everyone is doing well. Bryce Curry, Young is our franchise guy moving forward. No debate needed, especially towards the Bryce haters in this fan base. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You won't get no debate from me. Matter of fact, I
Nikai,
ain't really up for no discussion. No discussion about Bryce
hey,
and whether he's a
Nikai said,
franchise quarterback or not.
hey, I'm with you on that one. Nikai said, officially the all season time to force everyone to listen to my draft takes for 4 months. Hey, we right there with you, Nikai. We right there
Yeah,
with
we're
you.
right there with you.
Earl, what's going on, man? How
What's
you
going on,
doing?
Earl?
Antonio, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
What's up, Antonio?
And like he said, yes, like, subscribe, comment, and share the stream, please. We greatly appreciate everybody.
Yes, yes.
Black Cat, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing,
What's
man?
up,
Nice to
Black
see
Cat?
y'all. What's going on? Let me see. Antonio said, Panther Pride, keep pounding. Mr. Earl saying, what's up, the Black Cat? Look, that was me saluting everybody back in the chat as the stream was starting. Antonio said Bama Bryce was out there Sunday. Hey, damn, I don't even know if Bama Bryce
Dang.
looked quite as sharp as he did on Sunday. Now and that's just me. That's just me. But now mind you, he ain't go out there and have 500 yards, but that was a hell of a game from my perspective. Uh, Panther dog. EJ is hey, let me tell you. Don't nobody say, hey, look, don't nobody say another word about our defensive coordinator. Not another word. I got a whole a combination of slides ready to go. Ready to go. So not
Ready to
another
go.
word about Evero. Ready to go. Not ready, but ready to go.
All right, cool.
Yeah, hey, you right, Antonio. Yes,
You
you
right.
are right. QJ Smith, what's going on? I said, what's good, fella?
What's up,
Shout out,
QJ?
Lil Bow Wow Young with his spectacular performance. Make me like Cam. Oh my goodness,
Oh
yo, that is
God,
hilarious. Josh,
that's
what's going
crazy.
on? He said, "What's up, CJ and
What's up,
Tony? Keep
Josh?
pounding. What's going on?"
Yes, sir.
David Gore, how you doing? What's up, two fans in the
What's up, Dave?
stands? How you doing? Popping bullet. What's going on, big dog? How you doing? He said, "What up?" And the car said, "Tony, you've been drinking."
Nah, man, I just woke up, dog. You gotta remember, it's 3:30 in the morning where I'm at.
That is true. That
Cut
is
me some
true.
slack.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Earl, Black Cat said, what's going on with you? Nada, NFC South was put on notice yesterday. 5 TDs. Hey man, I hope so, dog. I hope so. I hope so. And now we got to keep it in perspective, everybody. We got to keep it in perspective. It was a great game. It was a great game. Okay, but you know, we gotta hope and pray that this continues on into next season. All right, and we'll get into that in a little bit too. Okay. Earl said, Black Cat holding in there like old necktie. Gotcha. Dave said, hell yeah. SC Face said, I swear when we gave up that touchdown on 3rd and 20, I absolutely lost it. Hey, you and me both. You and me both. Yes, sir. James Island Panther, what's going on? He said, how about that, Bryce? Yeah, how about that? Panther Dog said, Tony drunk flag.
Nah, I ain't drunk, dog. Just
Pyro
waking up.
Master 154. So what's going on, fellas? The Bryce
What's up,
slander has
Pyro?
stopped, and all the haters are silent. It's a good Monday. No, let me tell you, the Bryce slander continues. Okay,
The
it
haters
definitely
gonna hate.
continues. But as I
Yeah,
always say here, two fans in the stands, everybody has the right to their own opinion. Okay, everybody
no
has
doubt.
the right, whether you feel one way or the other. It's all good, It's shit. Even if you hate him, put like Flame for Jesus. Whenever he shows up, the first thing he says, I hope everybody have a blessed day, and please remember I hate Bryce. So, but yeah, but it hasn't stopped. But it's been some interesting takes going on. Josh, what's up, Josh? Digit, what's going on, man? How you
What's
doing?
up, dig it?
Douglas, what's up, Doug? Said, fellas, let's get it. Today's news of Evero being retained overshadows what Bryce did. God dang, Doug.
No, it don't.
No,
No,
it
it don't.
don't.
Not on Victory
No, it
Monday.
don't. Hey, look, he
No,
said,
sir.
I'm joking, but I'm so excited for the all season, something to build off of heading into 2025. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, it
sir.
is.
The car said, Doug, I bought a hot plate. Let's have a Panther pancake cook off.
That's why I was laughing just now.
Oh God. QJ said, are
Going at Doug
Evero and Ian
already.
Thomas cousins? How they not in the unemployment line
Hey,
yet? Hey,
and
Tony, what you always say about Ian Thomas?
hey, he got something on somebody, but I'm trying to tell you, he passed the blueprint on to Ivero during the season. He's like, listen, dog, listen. You on your way up out of here, but if you want to be here, this is what you need to do: step A, B, and C. All right, A, B, and C.
Not I know somebody that knows
Yeah,
somebody that knows something
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Miss told me pass this note to you.
Miss said Power Master said David Newton shouldn't have an opinion. Oh
That dude's
boy,
an asshole, man.
let the David Newton slander commence, y'all. I know it already has, but
Yeah.
Native said Dan Morgan was so serious about free agency and trade, mostly on defense. Wouldn't be surprised if we get an edge rush in free agency. Mm, okay.
Mhm.
Now we have to see
Yeah,
who it
I haven't.
is. And go ahead, Tom. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I haven't seen that Dan Morgan interview. I just saw it on Twitter. People,
Mm,
taking little notes and inserts or whatever. But yeah, I want to go back and watch that video. But Dan Morgan's a football player, and anybody that
yeah.
watched the Panthers play all season, he's not happy with that defense. And trust and
Mm-mm.
believe that is going to be priority number one for
Yeah.
him.
It sure is. It
Yeah.
sure is. David Newton on next year's Emmy spotlight.
Hey, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, SC. I'll
Hey, you
do
know
it.
what, Doug? You know what? You're probably right. The safety room gonna be brand new. Yeah. The only one that might see the way back is what's
Dakari, Damani
Dakari
Richardson.
Richard. See, hey, look, I
Yeah,
got you.
Dakari Richardson.
Richards.
Number
Look,
63, Dakari Richardson.
number 63, Dakari Richards, and I was trying my damnedest not to mess it up, and then you did it for me. Thank you, cuz.
Hey,
Hey,
I was trying to show y'all right there with you, cuz I just knew you was gonna do it.
Hey, it's all good. Tip Drill Will, what's going on, man? How you doing? He said, "What
Drill
to do,
Will, what's
fellas?"
happening?
And Carr said, "I ain't watched the damn press conference. I need to watch it." Yeah, 7 blinks under over 7 blinks. Man, let me say, you better up that to about 700 because
Yeah,
I got a small clip of it that I'm gonna play, and I promised you he blinked about 75 times. Yeah, yeah.
mm,
Josh said, I was thinking he might go for that safety from the 49ers in free agency. I
yeah.
don't know who that
Ain't
is
no,
yet.
yeah.
You know what it is, son?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who. I don't know who's free agent. Who's a free agent
hmm
at this moment? Excuse me.
Okay. Papa said, damn, Morgan sounds like it hurts to talk. He does. He does. He
Hey,
does.
he sound like a old robot, like with the Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator. We had like half his face off or something
Yeah.
like that, and he was still talking. Yeah, he part robot, dog. He
Oh,
part robot.
God.
No doubt about it.
Yo. Since Bryce turned the corner and looking like a franchise guy, would you rather trade for Higgins, Metcalf, or Wilson? Well, Higgins is unrestricted, right? He's a free agent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he'll be unrestricted. Wilson is still on his rookie deal, so
And Metcalf is
um,
unrestricted, right?
I don't know. I don't know about
Okay.
Metcalf. I don't see Seattle letting Metcalf go.
I don't either. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't either. Hold on. The car said Tariq Hill and Jalen Ramsey both making noise to get out of Miami.
Yes, they
Maybe we
are.
can snag one if price is not outrageous. Hey, Robert Hunt already put in a tweet and was like, "Hey, come on home,
Come
brother."
home. Yeah. But
Boy.
when players' emotions are high right after the
Mm-hmm.
game, I don't know how much stock should be put into it right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Give it a couple weeks, a week or two after emotions have calmed down.
Mm-hmm.
Players and coaches have a chance to reevaluate some things, and but that initial response that they had right after the game, I'm not putting too much stock in it right now.
I
That's
got you.
me.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Tri-State, what's going on, big dog? How you doing?
What's up, Nick?
He says Hufanga would be a great signing for San
Yeah,
Francisco. I guess that's what it is. Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
Hufanga.
Ninga,
Yeah.
what's going on? I don't remember what
What's
you're
up,
saying yes
Ninga?
to, but appreciate you being here, big dog. I don't know what Panther Dog was laughing at, but I'm sure something funny.
Probably me.
They said I couldn't get through the Morgan press of too many damn ums. It was it was between every sentence. Yes, it was. Doug said I'd rather have Ramsey than Hill. It's just me. Hmm. Interesting.
How?
Yeah. I could
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I
Defense.
couldn't
No,
disagree with that.
listen.
Defense. Yeah,
There's nothing on my mind but defense right now.
this is true. This is true. Pop said, I don't want Tariq here now that I've gave it some thought. Okay, gotcha. Nick agrees. He said he don't want him either. QJ says Carolina is finally an attractive destination for players to come to. Okay.
I agree. I can agree with that. I
Hit
can
Tyreek
I can
Hill's
agree with that.
price
His
tag,
price
I
tag
don't know, but it's probably up there. Yeah.
is over 30 million. It'll be over 30 million. I know that.
This is the comment that CJ will skip to start the slides instead of reading it. There you go, Nakari. Okay. Nick agrees with Ramsey over Tyreek.
Yeah.
Josh said that's who I was thinking. Thanks, Nick. Okay. Hold on. Earl said baby Bryce tryout show Sunday. He said he had all year to do that. Oh God. Big Rich Home Milker Quan, what's going on? He said,
What's
what be
up,
going
Quan?
on, fam? How you doing, Quan? Okay. All right. Ian Thomas would be sharing the deets about Nicole with Efro. Yo. Okay. And Nikari, you are correct, dog. You are correct. Go ahead, Tom.
What? That was
No,
a
no, go
test.
ahead. Yeah, go
No, I was
ahead.
gonna say if Ian Thomas, for some way, some reason, somehow, find himself back on the Panther squad next year, dog, I don't know what I'm gonna do, dog. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't know what I would do, dog.
I don't either, but hey, we'll get into that later. All right.
Yeah.
let's get into it. Okay. Hey, shout out to all of our fan level members of Two Fans in the Stands. We thank you for your continued support. Okay. If you want to become a fan level member, the link is in the description. Okay. And 99 cents a month. And if you want to, we greatly appreciate you. And again, shout out to our fan level members. We love you. Thank you and appreciate you. All right. Now, let's get into the results. Okay. So, all right, passing. Bryce Young, 25 of 34, 251 yards and 3 touchdowns. Michael Penix Jr., 21 of 38, 312 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rushing yards. Miles Sanders, 17 carries, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Bijan Robinson, 28 carries, 171 goddamn yards, and 2 touchdowns. Receiving yards, Jalen Coker, 7 receptions, 62 yards. Drake London, 10 receptions, 187 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Okay. All right. So as far as total yards, Carolina had 425, Atlanta 537. Atlanta had 1 turnover. Panthers had none. The Falcons had 31 first downs to the Panthers 25. Time of possession. The Panthers had the ball for 34 minutes and 5 seconds. The Falcons had it for 32 minutes and 41 seconds. So, and before we get to this, let me just go ahead and say, hey, Nick Tri-State, appreciate you, big dog.
Nick,
Thank you for
appreciate
becoming a
you,
fan
dog.
level member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you. All right. So, cuz anything out of the ordinary stands out to you here with these stats from the game?
I was kind of shocked to see that we led in time of possession. It didn't feel like it,
It
you
didn't.
know. The I guess because we are so used to the common theme of that when another team decides to run the ball against us, how they take control of time of possession and control the clock. So, but on the flip side, we when you go back and think about it or look at it, we did the same thing. But I did not. I thought it would probably be close, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know it would be in our favor. But
Mm-hmm.
hey. Jalen Coker leading all receivers in receiving yards. That's crazy, right? Undrafted free
Mm-hmm.
agent. Miles Sanders came back and did something that we basically have been waiting to see him do all for the past 2 years. Welcome Miles Sanders. I think it was 116 total yards and two
Uh-huh.
touchdowns when Bryce when Bryce threw that no look pass. I was clapping like the mama from another.
Oh boy, not you to go.
Oh
Hercules,
my
Hercules,
god.
Hercules, Bryce, Bryce, Bryce.
Y'all stupid.
Oh
But
God, go ahead, cuz.
yeah, man. Good for us offensively, bad defensively when you look at Atlanta stats. Michael Penix threw for 312 yards, threw over 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Bijan Robinson, 170 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Like I said a couple weeks ago, when we beat Arizona, we had that walk off touchdown in overtime, and we
Mm-hmm.
basically said that Bryce and the offense damn near had to play perfect just for us to get a victory. Well, the same thing happened Sunday. The offense damn near have to play perfect in order for you to be in the game to have a chance to win it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, that's not going to happen every Sunday. So that defense gotta be tightened up during the off season, and I have no doubt that it will be addressed.
I feel you. What up, Flame? Say Evero's coming back. I was right again. I hope everyone has a blessed day. What's going on, Flame?
What's up, Flame?
Uh Jadarius Experience said that defense was doing what we were watching the games. Yo,
What's up,
okay.
Jadarius?
But yeah, and who was it on the car? He said the overtime pushed our time of possession over theirs. If it ended in regulation, they would have
Mm,
had more. Got you, got you, got you. Let me
yeah,
tell you. Let me tell you one thing. I was so happy. was when okay, first of all, let's talk about this, right? I was so happy that Atlanta got called for that holding penalty on that kickoff after after let me see, what was it? Was it a
We
punt?
tied it. No, it was after.
No,
I
it was
want to say.
no. They tied it. We got the ball back and went 3-and-out, and then we punted. And then they got the
Mm,
holding call on whoever it was. So they caught the ball at the 19, but old boy ran it up to the 30 something. So they got the holding call and pushed it back to the 9. Right.
right.
So then Raheem Morris, they decided, now mind you, now this is that time with Evero defense. Of course, they were playing, way back, trying not to get not have anything go over their heads as far as a Hail Mary pass or something. So they ran the ball for 11 yards with Bijan Robinson, and then Morris just ran the clock out. Okay. Because my thing is
Mhm.
this: if they wouldn't have got their holding call and they would have got the ball at whatever, I think 30 something yard line. Now, mind you, the guy who replacing I think what's his name, young Way Cool. I keep calling the man Young Ho Cool, or whatever. I keep messing his name up. But the kicker for the
Oh,
Falcons.
God.
But
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah, I know you're talking about.
but they were saying, that his leg wasn't all that good, and they needed to get a little further down the field. And I'm sitting there like,
Right.
boy, this is Eddie Pinero all over again. But I don't know if I would have had that much faith in our defense the way they had been playing yesterday. The Falcons would have had I forgot how many seconds, but they would have had 2 timeouts, try and get field goal range. And the way that Drake London was just open and getting all these long passes, you never know. So I am glad about that, and I am glad we got that the coin toss and did not give the Falcons a chance to get back on the field. Okay, because if either
Yep.
one of them wouldn't have happened, it was probably a good chance that we may not have won this game. And I'm just gonna keep it real. I I
No,
I,
you're
I
right on
gotta
that.
keep it real. Yep.
You're
But
definitely
yeah.
right.
But hold on, let me see. Flame for Jesus. Hey, thank you for the super chat. We greatly appreciate you. He said, I still don't like but this was his best game. Agreed.
Appreciate
This
you,
was his
Flame.
best game. Yeah,
Thank you
thank you
for the
for the
super
$5
chat.
super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our next slide. All right. And I got our keys to victory up here. Okay, so Tony, I put the X's in the check marks next to him. I'll go through them in a second here. But I added
All right.
Evero. I added Evero up here because when I say I think this was probably Evero's best game as a play caller this season. Okay. And it's just my opinion. I think Evero was in his bag
You
with
mean
the play
Canales?
call.
That's
Damn,
Canales.
I said Evero. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. My bad. Damn. Look,
Hey, Panther
I'm
Dog.
ready.
I
I'm
think I
ready.
think CJ been drinking Panther Dog, not me.
No, look, hey, let me tell you, I'm ready to get to the other slides I got. Dave Canales, I
No,
apologize, sir.
you had me.
Dave
I'm sitting
Canales.
here looking at the slide. I'm like, what's he? What?
My bad, everybody. Dave
Oh
Canales. I do
my God.
apologize. I think this was his best game as far as play calling all season. All season long. What is the one thing we said last week, Tone? We wanted him to stick with the run. We wanted
Yeah.
him to be aggressive with the run, no matter who is in the game. I mean, hell, if me
Mhm.
and you was out there, damn it, give us the ball and let us go try and do some work. Okay, so he had Miles
Yeah.
Sanders back, he had Mike Boone, he had Raheem Blackshear, and all three of them got into the mix. Okay,
Yeah.
and they were aggressive. They took shots down the field, and I gotta give them a A+ for the play calling. And I was going to add that as a updated key to victory, but I was like, nah. I said, let me just add his picture on there and just give him a
Yeah.
shout out and talk to him
But
about it.
he did two things. Two things happened Sunday that we had talked about current recently on a live, and I mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was they need to get the tight ends back involved in the game. The tight ends
Mm-hmm.
have been obsolete pretty much the past 3 or 4 weeks, and it made to me it made the offense look more predictable because everybody to see that you wasn't going towards the tight ends. So what did they do Sunday? The tight ends played a vital part of the offense of scheme. Bryce Young complete passes to 9 different receivers. Hell, I didn't even know we had that many damn different re- offensive weapons that he could complete nine different passes to. So that was crazy. When they said, I was like 9, I was like, where these other players came from? You know what I'm saying? But getting the tight
Uh-huh.
ends involved, getting all the running backs involved, getting your wide receivers involved. I mean, it was another day, and he dipped into his bag. He went back into his
Yeah.
bag because remember I mentioned I was like, it's starting to look a little too vanilla. We're not seeing the same play calling that we saw when Bryce won 2 games in a row. He was like, where's the play calling at? Where's
Mhm.
the trickery and the motions and things like that. Well, he went deep into his bag Sunday, so he lost 30 versus when you said this was effervescent.
Hey, I probably did. I apologize, y'all.
Well, yeah, man. I was just glad that he dipped into his bag. He trusted Bryce to execute the game plan or the plays that whatever he called, and
Mhm.
Bryce stepped into the plate and did that, and it worked out for us.
Okay. M. Moy said he opened up the playbook for Bryce. Damn sure did. Damn sure
Yes, he
did.
did.
Hey, you right, Flame. That was a good offensive showing. That was our best one of the season.
Yeah.
Hands
Oh
down.
yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah. I
yeah.
think that was the yeah, hands down. That was the
Mhm.
best one. Or from
Hey.
not only from the play calling, but from the execution of the
Mhm.
play that was called. Yeah.
Yep, facts. Hey, Alfonso Burr, how you doing, man? And
What's
you're
up,
right. He said
Alfonso?
glad every pass didn't go to Thielen. Yes, when I tell you, like Tony said, 9 different receivers caught a pass. Felipe Franks caught a pass. So let me
Yeah,
tell you, the ball was going to everybody. So yeah, but hey, but
yeah, it
shout out to you,
was.
Alfonso. I don't know if you've been on here before or commented, but if you have, I apologize. And if you haven't, hey, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Welcome. Yeah.
All right. Corey Ruffin, aka Lotto Chunks. What's going on? Hey, you know what?
What's up,
Corey, I
Corey?
don't know if you were the same one that was on PPP podcast. I think it was yesterday after the game. If you are, I was in the chat trying my damnedest to get them to let you talk. Because I promise, every time you try to say something, about 3 people cut you off. Yeah, if you're not the same person, then don't worry about it. But if you are, I was trying my damnedest to get them to let you talk, because I swear every time you was like, hold on, let me say something, and 3 people started talking over you. So, but yeah, but if that's you,
He said,
shout
"Yeah,
out
that
to
was
you.
him." He said, "Yeah,
Oh,
that was
okay, all right.
him."
Oh god, that is hilarious. Yo,
Yeah.
thanks. I like he spread it around. Also, Canales really got his play calling bag. Look creative. Yep.
Flame out there giving out comments. I mean compliments. Let me find out.
No, no, hey, no. Let me tell you.
I know.
You know
I'm
what?
just messing with him.
No,
I'm just messing with
no,
Flame.
hey, shout out to Flame for Jesus, because like you said, he does not like Bryce, but hey, he gave credit where credit is due in this game, and hey, look, that's all we can ask for. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm just messing with Flame.
I know. So let's talk about the rest of these keys to victory. Okay, apply
Okay.
pressure to Michael Penix. I put an X
Didn't
beside
happen.
that one. He got sacked
What
one time.
but you know what? There were times I would say that's kind of iffy because they got to
Mhm,
him. Jadavion Clowney could have had 2 sacks on him, but for whatever reason, he was it was like Jadavion Clowney was trying to take his head off, and all Michael Penix would do was duck down and escape the
mhm,
pocket, get away from the sack, escape the pocket, and complete the ball downfield or what have you. But there were opportunities when we had him in the pocket, but we didn't come away with the tackle. So
yeah.
I can kind of say that they kind of was getting pressure to him, not as much as I would want them to, and definitely not as many sacks as they could have because he definitely slipped through a few.
hmm But that's been a theme all
Yeah,
season long. A lot of times we get pressure on the quarterback, but they get out of a tackle. Our defensive ends or our D linemen run past them, get pushed past them. They get a hand on him, grab his jersey or whatnot, but can't tackle him. But yeah,
yeah, yeah.
okay. So try to run the ball. I put a check mark on that because I think the Panthers had 157 yards rushing between
I think something like that.
Sanders, Blackshear, Boone, and Bryce Young. Bryce Young had like 24 yards. Okay.
Right.
So, like I said, Dave Canales, he finally well, not saying it's the first time he did it, but he finally got back to running the damn ball. Okay. No matter who was
Yes.
back there. And those didn't look like the same old plays that he's been doing, you know, most of the season, especially when we're getting on him about these games where they don't have that commitment to running the ball. I mean, look at it, it was like 3rd and 2. I forgot what quarter it was. And in my mind, I'm like, I know for sure this is going to be a pass. And they
Mhm.
go out, hand the ball off to Blackshear. Blackshear runs and gets the first down and damn near broke it. I think somebody caught him by the foot or something. But
I
yeah,
bet you. I bet you nobody had on their bingo card Miles Sanders running the go route from through the B gap.
bruh. Hey, and the announcer was like, he said, usually, you know, you run this route over this way.
Flare
He
out.
said, nah,
Yeah,
Miles went
flare out.
straight.
Straight through the B gap. Typically, when you see the running backs going through the B gap like that, they going through the B gap and then they turn around because it's gonna be like an inside screen or something like that. No, Miles
Hmm.
said, nope, nope, do. Kept going.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know what? And that's the thing, and that's what we're talking about. And I guess you know he opened up the playbook because I promise you, I ain't seen that damn play all season.
Are we gonna
Yeah,
talk about Miles? Are we gonna talk about Miles in any of your slides?
yeah, we're gonna
Okay,
talk about
okay,
Miles. Okay.
okay. All right.
Supernova Moore, what's going on? He said, "Oh, what's good, Phil? Port
Port City
City."
in the building.
Yes, sir.
Know it. Shout
Okay,
out to the
Corey. That's right. He said
910.
it was it. Yes, sir. Say yeah, cause they wasn't letting me talk. I swear they would, dog. I swear I was in the damn chat like, hey man. And it was funny because you know I don't know you. So I saw Corey Ruffin. I was like, hey, I said, let David Ruffin brother speak, man.
You talking about on PPP or PNP?
No, PPP. This was PPP. I think it
Oh,
was yesterday after the game.
yeah.
Anthony Brown, what's going on? How you doing?
What's up, AB?
Okay. So a big X next to avoid the record books. Okay. And
Y'all thought
we got a
y'all thought I was tripping when I put that up there, but I was like,
boy.
nah.
Hey, let me tell you, we'll get into that later. I got
Yeah,
2 slides on that as well. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Air it out on offense. I'll put a check next to that one because I think we did a
Mhm.
damn good job. Damn good
Yep.
job. Shoot, Thielen had a couple long passes. Let me see. There was
Leggett
the long
had
touch.
one.
Yeah, there was
Caught it all hands. Stumbling and caught it all
I,
hands. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
hey, it's funny. I got part of a slide on that too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
shout out
hilarious.
to Leggett. You know, we
Hmm.
been giving him hell. Well, me personally, I say I've been really giving him hell lately about that being a natural hands catcher and always catching with his body and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a great catch. Even though I think Bryce could have threw him a better ball, and
Hmm.
he
Yeah.
would stayed on his feet and possibly scored. But nevertheless, he caught the ball, brought it in. So yeah.
Not Penix do rag loose. Yo. Okay. All right. But yeah, and yo, and let me tell you. So I forgot what drive it was. So we got that bogus ass face mask penalty on David Moore. Now I know David Moore reached back, but when you went back and they showed the replay, I don't consider that to be enough to call a face mask. I don't even
Yeah.
think he really, because I think it was more so the defender doing like this after the fact. It just like he kind of grazes at the bottom of his face mask. He
Yeah,
he didn't
that's what
he
it looked
didn't
like.
warrant that penalty. But okay, so it's cool. What was it? 1st and 25. Next play, Bryce comes out there and throws a dart to Jatavian Sanders. Okay. And I'm sitting there like, I'm like, finally, somebody playing damn zone and do some shit our defense would do.
But you know what? That's why I was talking about air it out in situations like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta didn't expect that. 1st and 25, they did not expect for you to go downfield on 1st and 25 because even
Yes, sir.
I think it was Terrell kind of sat on he kind of squatted on the play, and he
He
thought it was
did.
gonna be something short, and Jatavion Sanders went right by his ass, and by the time he flipped his hips and turned to run, the ball was already in the air. Jatavion Sanders make a great catch, first down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So a big check mark on airing it out. Okay.
Yeah,
In the last key to victory, avoid major injuries. I think we had two people that didn't return to the game. The cornerback Evans, I don't remember his first name, and Ashawn Robinson. I don't think he returned.
yeah,
He had
had a
a calf
calf.
injury.
No, he didn't. He didn't return. Yeah,
Okay.
he had a calf injury. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But now hopefully that's not too serious. He can deal with that soon in the off season and
yeah.
be
It ain't.
ready to go when it's time to go. And
Yeah.
of course said that's my cousin somewhere down the line. LOL.
I'm talking about David Ruffin.
Yeah, rough.
Yeah.
Oh, Legion, what's up? He said, "What's up, fellas? Appreciate the
What's
content
up,
this
Mo?
season. Always, always. That's what we here for, man.
No
Hey,
doubt.
love this shit, dog. Love it, love it." M. Moy said we need to stop him from interception. Who you talking about, dog? Let me see. QJ says, should
Yeah.
we trade up for Travis Hunter? I believe he's worth it. Um, I think they're gonna have to give up too much.
Yeah,
They're gonna have to
yeah,
give
we
up
would
too
have to
much.
give up too much.
And
If we was somewhere around 3 or 4,
mm-hmm,
I would say maybe a consideration. But as we sit right now with the draft picks that we have, we need to utilize all our draft picks. People can't talk about, well, we suck on defense, we lack talent, no depth, but then talking about trading away draft picks. That makes absolutely no sense to me. So we need to utilize, if anything, trade back at some point. I would not the first round or the second round, but
mm-hmm.
do something to maybe accumulate more draft picks.
Okay, cool. I Nakari said XL had his hip tightened up, missed most of the second half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Mike Hughes he hit him in the ass. Yeah, that messed him up right there.
Oh my god.
that
Yo.
that that tackle put Mike Hughes out and eventually put Leggett out. But yeah.
Yeah. He did play for a little bit longer. I think the rest of the first half, like Nakari said, but yeah. Okay. I appreciate you, Corey. So everyone hit that like and subscribe button for real, for real. Great content, fellas. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Flame for Jesus, I agree on this one. So Travis Hunter will not help stop the run.
Now I can agree. I
I
definitely
can
can
agree.
agree on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is
Okay.
not in the trenches. Y'all know how I am. I'm going
All right.
trenches.
Okay. Cool beans. All right. Next slide, y'all. Okay. Now, I know these numbers don't stand out to you like 400 or 500 yards, 30, 40, attempts of completions or whatnot, and maybe 100 yards rushing. But I think for me, this was Bryce's best game of his career. Okay. And I say that he had three passing touchdowns, two rushing touchdowns, completion percentage of 73%. Okay. But my thing was he was fluid out there. Okay. It looked like
Yes.
he had full control of the game. I didn't see one point where it looked like he was just lost or confused, didn't know what was going on. It looked like every read out there, was on point for him. And he was like, nope, nope, yes, got it. Okay. And then if you go back and look at his performance in the pocket, when I forgot whether when he took off and ran or when he threw the XL, but there was one of those plays where the defender was right there in his face, and I promise you, he gave him like a shoulder fake, and that defender took another step or two to the right, and I think Bryce took off. Either he took off or he threw the ball or something. I gotta go back and look at it. But his presence in the pocket was, in my opinion, it was excellent this game. Okay. He stayed in the pocket when he had good protection. And then when it was time to take off, he took off. There was no hesitation. There was no, let me try to do a little bit too much here. No. Okay. So but go ahead, Tone.
Now I'm gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't have any sacks in the game, and this game was the least. I'm trying to say it. This game that the Falcons pressured or blitzed him the least that he had seen all year. They was only like 15%. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So there was no stacked boxes. There was no 7, 8 men in the box or anything like that consistently. They wouldn't sending no corner blitzes or safety blitzes or anything like that. There was a lot of TE stunts. There was a lot of that. Like Atlanta defense to me was kind of vanilla.
mm,
It
okay,
was kind of vanilla.
okay, got you. Bryce said, "I'm gonna show you, motherfuckers." Oh, and another stat here,
What is
he's
Doug talking about? The last one?
I don't.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
does.
does.
It
It
was
was very. I don't
uh,
know. I don't know if he was talking about what I was talking about, but thank you, Doug. But another stat, he was the first player in Panthers history with 3 passing TDs and 2 rushing TDs in a single game. I did not know that because the first thing I did, I was like, damn, Cam didn't do that. And hey, shout out to Cam Newton. He was
yeah.
like he
Shout out to
on
Cam.
Bryce's celebration. He said, this boogie approved."
Mm-hmm.
I
He's like,
thought
that's
Cam did
nasty
that
work.
several. Yeah, I thought Cam did that several times, but hey, I guess I was
No,
wrong. Hey, and
not 3 touchdowns and not 3 passing TDs and 2 rushing touchdowns. No.
okay, bet. Hey, shout out to Flame for Jesus for the $5 super chat. Again, we thank you and appreciate you. He said Travis Hunter wouldn't help the front seven. We need more pass rush and more run stop. Yes, that is right. That is right. Okay, Doug, we meant to put efficient on the end of that. And thank you, Flame for Jesus, for the super chat. Thank you.
Now I think Doug may have been drinking because he done try to put bad mofo twice and it has not worked out. I just where's it at?
Okay, hey, I
This
got you. I got you. Stop clicking. Stop clicking. Stop
oh
clicking,
stop.
please.
Okay, all
Stop
right.
clicking. All right, I got you. I got you. He said King Kong ain't got shit on Bryce Young. King of Mercedes Benz Stadium. I ain't gonna call him King of Mercedes Benz Stadium. He got one win.
Yeah,
If he get a
that was his first
over
road victory. His
that,
first road
yes,
victory in his career.
yes, which is crazy,
Yeah,
but I'm here
yeah,
for it. I'm here for it. But yeah, but like I was saying, I think this was his best game of his career. Okay, like I said, all of these stats don't scream at you as far as the yardage goes. Okay, but
right.
this man accounted for 5 TDs, 0 turnovers. He had a passer rating, I think, of like 128.3. All right. So
Yeah,
excellent passer rating. And like I said, he was in control. All right. And that's what it looked like from my perspective. I think it was the first time in his career where he looked like he was in like complete control of the offense. Because I mean, the way the defense played yesterday, I mean, he had to go out there and go toe to toe with Atlanta's defense. I mean, it's like score for score for score for score for score. And
right.
and I said that was it was wild to see, but it was great to see all at the same time.
And let's not forget, Atlanta had something to play for this game. So all they started was on the field. So it wasn't like, he did this against some backups or they took some, like Atlanta was resting some starters. That was not the case whatsoever. So in a high
Yeah.
pressured environment on the road against a team that's fighting to get into the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I think yeah, he did his thing. He did his
Hmm.
thing.
Said in college he used to cook Georgia in that stadium.
He
Yep.
did. He did.
Hmm. Flame said Bryce has to play like this consistently to get me all the way on his side. Shit, I Flame. I agree. I agree. Now, mind you, I think from where he started the season, I mean, I can't reach up under the floor in my shed here because I got to go down further. That's where he was at. He was below the gutter, below the basement. The mantle, the crust, whatever. He was down in the depths of the earth at the beginning of this year. But he has steadily, throughout the season, his gameplay, mind you. Okay, and some of his games haven't been crazy stats, but we've gotten wins. Okay, run game, him being efficient with the ball. He still had a few turnovers, but he has improved as the season has went on, and it was great to see this game be the culmination of everything that has gone on this season. Okay,
Saved
from
his
how that
best for last.
yes, how that first game started. The first play of the season was a damn interception. The first play of the season for Bryce was an interception,
Yeah.
and this is how we end the regular season. For me, that is that's progress. That's progress right there. All right, and who? Oh Lord,
You don't put a
Mr.
link in the
Doug.
chat. Listen, it is Doug.
It's gotta be Doug, and I ain't put the link in the chat yet. It's gotta be Doug, sir. What's going on? You sound kind of raspy over there, buddy. Can you hear us, Doug?
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You know where he at. You know
Nah,
where
I'm
Doug
driving
at.
for mofos that wanna. Nah, mofos wanna point people out and their mistakes. So your ass better have a perfect show. While I'm over here driving, taking care of business. So I had to come and let somebody know that I got their ass on the clock and taking notes. So let's go ahead and take care of business tonight, then.
What you out there Ubering for old ladies on OnlyFans or something? Is that why you in the dark?
No, look,
Oh
Oh
God.
look,
God.
look, CJ, you already know what I wish I could be doing, but I ain't gonna say
Uh-huh.
that. The
I got you. I got you.
so hey,
Oh God.
a pimp got to survive the way he got to survive out here in these streets.
Hey, the
Oh,
somebody
oh,
said you
oh,
you a super
damn.
villain. Hey, so Doug, so okay,
Oh
so real
God.
quick before we move on from this slide, what you think about Bryce in this game yesterday?
It wasn't enough.
Okay,
You already know
elaborate,
it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Fans,
elaborate,
he
sir.
can't, he can't do enough. I mean, he got to throw for almost 1,000 yards in the game, 10 touchdowns, and everything that the opposite side of the field does has no blemish. So I
Okay.
mean, it wasn't enough. I mean, even
Mm.
for the fans that hate Bryce, it wasn't enough. Oh, he didn't do anything. The Atlanta Falcons didn't pressure Bryce. He didn't face
Hold
any
on, hold on,
pressure.
Doug. Hold on. Let me get you to hold off on that one. I got a
Okay.
whole
Okay.
slide
My bad.
dedicated to that. Got a whole slide. So save that aggression for about three more slides, 2 or 3 more slides. Okay.
But it was his best game. Like
Oh
I,
no, Doug,
I
you
seen
out there
that. I
picking up
seen
your cougar's blood pressure, man.
I seen it. I saw it. I saw it right before you took it off.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Doug.
you already know they ain't gonna stop me from talking. It don't. It don't. Uh, I just think me personally, the game that I'll say was Bryce's best game was him going against
Mm,
Patrick Mahomes. That's me
okay.
personally. Because
Mm,
again, a lot of people didn't think he would be able to do what he did against Spats defense and for him really to go toe to toe against Patrick Mahomes on offenses versus offense. This particular
okay.
game right here, it was just revengeful because if you look, and I made that word up, I don't care. I mean, if you really look at it, that was Bryce's first game playing in Atlanta, and look what
Mm.
he did, and in his second season playing against Atlanta. That's
Well,
two
no,
different
that
Bryce
wasn't.
Youngs.
No, not when his first game in Atlanta. His first career game was in Atlanta.
That's where I'm getting at. That's where I just
Oh,
didn't say
okay. Got
first
you. Got you.
career.
Got you.
CJ, walk with me. Come on, sir. Come on, sir.
I, I'm running. You need to pick up the pace.
So
Oh
like
my
I said, I mean,
God.
like I said, for me, like from the beginning of his career to him ending, let me say it correctly for CJ, his second year coming to a close, that's two different Bryce Youngs that was on display. And
Okay.
even Dave's analysis definitely said it, like Bryce Young has really saved his ass with a lot of play calls throughout the year. So I mean, what else can you ask for the young man?
It's true. Hey, and real quick, shout out to Will Robinson, aka Tip Drill Will, for the $5 super chat. He said Bryce Young Nine
Appreciate it,
set their
Will.
fan base on fire. They were shocked, and I was on their ass. Men, women, old people, children, emotional support dogs, and all. I don't give a fuck. Will was at the game. Will sent me a picture, a dope picture of the stadium. Man, he was at the game. I know they were shocked. And if I'm not
He
mistaken,
say
when
emotional
overtime
support.
when overtime started, the camera angle that when they were panning across the field for the kickoff, it looked like there were a lot of people that had already left. A lot of seats
Yeah,
looked empty.
yeah,
Okay, so it wasn't just
yeah.
me.
I saw that
Okay, all
too.
right.
No, it wasn't just
I,
you.
okay, I'm waiting on my glasses to show up, but I know I know I ain't ain't that bad yet. Okay. But yeah, hey, but again, Will, man, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. As always, we greatly appreciate you. But yeah, man. But anything else, though? My bad, I ain't mean to
No,
cut you off.
sir. No, no, sir. You good. You good. You good.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. Let me get this over here. Okay. So now, now we give Bryce his credit, and I put this next slide up here. Let's not forget. Okay. XL used his hands. That's why I was saying, Tony. I got a whole part of a slide for that one. When I tell you when he reached up and grabbed that ball, I was like, yes. I was like, I'm definitely putting that on the slide, win, lose, or draw. And it was like 3rd and 6. And Bryce, he could have and should have threw him a better ball. Bryce probably
Yes.
would have had 4 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown if he'd threw it to him like he was supposed to. But XL went up and caught this ball, and shout out to you, because my thing is he can do it. He just got to get better at it. Okay. So shout out to you, XL. Miles Sanders, Raheem Blackshear, and Mike Boone. Okay. Shout out to the 3 of y'all for the rushing attack. Okay. Shout out to you. Like I said, Chuba is out, and we wanted Dave Canales to go out here and make a commitment to the run game. And I do believe he did. And there were a few chunk plays. I think Sanders had a 20-something yard run. Boone he almost got loose, and the linebacker Ellis, I think, tripped him up right after the
Yeah.
line of scrimmage. But what I was so happy to see was it was what teams were doing to us most of the year. Like, you didn't have to have 8, 9, 10 yards of play, but Miles Sanders, especially him, he was moving the ball 6, 7 yards on certain plays. Okay, so you get the second down, and you open that opens up your playbook a little bit. You're not behind the sticks on second down and then going into third down. You make a mistake on second, you're still not that far away on third. But that was happening a lot. We were getting a lot of positive yardage, from the run game. And like we were saying last week, and me and Craig was talking. I'm sorry, me and Doug, we were talking about this uh during the week. We just want we just want whoever the hell was out there to go out there and run the ball. Okay. And that's what we wanted, and that's what we got. So shout out to Miles, Raheem, and Mike Boone. Okay. And Doug, I know this one is going to make you piss you off regardless. But I put Mike Jackson up here with the at interception. And as we talked about, that was not of Mike Jackson's doing. That was a kind of an off pass from Penix that McLeod couldn't gather, and he got his hands on it and kind of threw it up in the air by mistake. But Mike Jack was right there to pick the pass off. Okay, and then that ensued. The next drive ensued led to a touchdown. Led to a touchdown. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Jalen Coker, David Moore, Jatavian Sanders, Tommy Tremble. Okay, all had big plays. All had big plays. All right. David Moore had 1 catch, but that catch was for a touchdown. Okay. Jatavion Sanders,
Mhm.
he had a few first downs and that 25, 20, what, 20, probably 30-yard catch on 1st and 25 from Bryce. All right. Tommy Tremble with the touchdown almost scared the bejesus out of me because he looked like he was about to drop that damn ball. On the touchdown where Bryce threw up the touchdown signal, and
Yeah.
Tommy did bobble that ball just a little bit. And I sat here and I was like, oh crap. But he caught, and I was like, okay, cool. But shout out to all of them. And I probably should have put Felipe Frank's name up here too, because he did get a pass and he caught it. So shout out to everybody. The offensive line, okay. Robert Hunt being out, Chandler Zavala. I think he was serviceable. He played well
Stood in
enough.
the paint.
Yeah. Okay. And you know, and I know they didn't blitz a whole lot, Tone, but there were some times where they were getting a little bit of pressure on Bryce. Not a lot,
Right.
not a lot of we've seen, especially not like last week. You know, especially not last week, especially not like the Cowboys game. But they got a little bit of pressure on Bryce, but still, all in all, the offensive line, I think they did really good. Taylor Moton, you were missed last week. Thank you for coming back this week. Okay. Shout out to everybody. I didn't hear anybody say Icky's name. Didn't hear nobody say Damian Lewis's name. Cade Mays for nothing in negative. You know what I mean? Bryce wasn't sacked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was funny. I think he did get sacked on one play, but there was a penalty that wiped it out. And
No, okay.
they had just talked about how the Falcons were getting all these sacks the last few weeks, and they hadn't been getting any pressure on Bryce, and they got him the very next play, but a penalty wiped it out. So shout out to the offensive line. And last on here, Adam Thielen being Adam Thielen, and I just think that says enough. I don't really have to explain much. He finally got a pass that they reviewed and they called it a catch. You know, when that tiptoe on
Yeah.
the sideline. I thought for sure
Yeah.
they were gonna be like, nope, that was not a catch. When they came back from commercial break, I said, well, I'll be damned. Look at God. Look at God. All right. Hey, but fellas, anything y'all got on this list I got right here?
There was one play, man, with Jalen Coker that I wanted to point out. If people don't remember it, because when the All 22 come out, I'm definitely going to play that play, pull that play up.
Mm-hmm.
It you ever seen we 4 cars at the intersection and they
Mm-hmm.
all run the red light? You know what's about to happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it looked like on the hands catch that he had. And both safeties in the corner, I really thought they was gonna air his ass out. But he stood in the paint, man, snagged that ball, caught it, and I think it went for a first down. I was like, see, that is a confident young man in his hands amongst all that traffic. Like it was like head-on collision waiting to happen. But he
Oh,
snagged the
Coker.
ball. Yeah, Coker snagged
Oh,
that
that was
ball
at
and,
third and
and made
four.
it was 34. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
man, like that dude, that's why he's on the team. Cause he has no
Mm.
fear.
Okay.
He has no fear. What Doug trying to do? Bully us, man? Standing over us like that?
I don't know, but yeah, I guess his camera froze. I hope he I hope he get it straight in a second.
Nella
I
said,
look,
"Did Doug get kidnapped?"
look, I'm gonna leave it up there. I'm gonna clip this afterwards and send it to him and be like, "This is how you was up on the screen."
That
Oh
should be his new
God,
profile pic.
Doug, can you hear us? Yeah. I'm gonna make Doug change it to his profile picture. All
Deontay
right,
said that angle is wild.
it is, ain't it?
Yeah,
it
feel like I'm getting
it
debunked.
is. Look at. Oh no, he gone. Okay, all right. Doug will be back. Digit said Doug looked like he's being arrested on some body cam footage. Oh God,
Dang, that's a
yo.
good
All
one.
right, hold on before we get on off of this one. And Corey said, hypothetically, how mad y'all think the fan base would be if everyone we wanted was gone and they ended up taking Ashton Genty in the first? I would be mad for a while, then intrigued. Um,
I have no comment.
yeah, it's. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Yeah. Nah.
I have no comment on that.
I would.
That
And yeah, I'll be pretty pissed. I'll be pretty pissed if they picked them at 8. Yeah.
that hypothetical is so wild. I'm not even gonna entertain it.
Yeah. But yeah. I'd be pissed
So
in the car. I'd be
so
pissed.
business. I mean, Solar Biscuit said Doug and witness
Witness
protection.
protection. Oh my
Uh,
God. Yeah. Okay. All right. So anything on this slide before we move on, Tone?
No, because everything that you put on there, man, was is spot on. We saw yesterday with Dave Canales in his bag, Bryce Young carrying out what the play calls and executing the play calls, getting the ball in the right people hands, the offensive line doing their job, the running backs doing their jobs, tight ends doing their job. Like yesterday was a I won't never say 100% complete game because I don't believe in that, but that was
Mm-hmm.
as complete of a game in the Bryce Young era that we have ever seen. And luckily, it came on the last game of the year when a lot of people felt like they should tank because to try to improve their draft position. And I was like, no, these guys don't tank. They don't believe in that. Now, when you listen to what they said after the game and after the exit meetings yesterday, how
Mm-hmm.
much winning in Atlanta in the manner that they did, how that how that affects their confidence going into next year. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
momentum, even though we don't play next week or next month or anything like that. That is momentum that those guys get to carry into the off season, whether you're going to be here or not. If they participated in that victory yesterday, that's momentum. And that's what you
Yeah.
want to see. You don't want to see us end the year on a bad note and then people got their heads hung low or their heads down throughout the whole off season. Now I think
Yeah.
this was a good morale booster for not only for the team but for the organization and most fans.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. What's up, B Amos? He said we take Genty. I'll probably stop being a fan.
Hey, I'm about with you, B. Amos. I'm gonna have to start a new podcast.
Hey, Flame for Jesus. Yeah, Coker did throw a great ball,
Yes, he
and
did.
I was so upset when they tried that crap again with Thielen. Okay, and I'm sitting there like, all
Yeah,
right, Dave, it worked once.
right,
All right, hey,
right.
let it go. Let it go.
I was surprised to see it again, especially
I was.
to the same side of the field. If they would have did it to the opposite side, I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, same play but opposite side this time. But no, you went
Yep.
to the same side. I was like, yeah, yeah, you shouldn't have did
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, for real. What's up, Don 34? How you doing?
What's up,
Rock
Don?
Jones said, cousins, I
What's up,
wouldn't miss
Rock?
Victory Monday. Yes, sir. Glad to have you.
Yes,
Glad to have
sir.
you. Yep. Let me see. Flame said he should have been on the team from the beginning. We got lucky to get him back off of waivers. Are you talking about Coker?
Coker,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did get released. He cleared waivers
Well,
and we brought him back.
well, he didn't miss no regular season games. You know what I'm saying?
Coker?
He was on the team. He was on the team for the whole season.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me see. Don said he on the hustle at work. Listen, hey, we appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
my guy.
you. Okay. Oh, hold on.
Can't get
All
right.
right. There we go. Can't get right, done got right. What's up, buddy? Can't hear you.
Now we can't hear you. Oh, still ain't right. Still ain't right.
Hold on. Hey, Doug, I'm gonna take you off, but we can hear you in the background. So I'll put you back on when you get it right. All right. But just keep trying. I can hear you. All right. Let me see. Carl D said, Flame, they knew he was going to clear waivers, is why they cut him because they knew he was coming back. Plus him clearing, we were first. Ah, gotcha. Okay.
That is facts.
Was on
Okay.
mute.
All right. All right, Doug. Anything else on this list here before we move on, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Somebody watching YouTube TV.
About to go to Netflix here in a few.
Oh, you know what? Dad, hey, Monday Night Raw come on tonight on Netflix for the first time. What it
Yes,
20
sir.
20 something years it was on USA? That's crazy. I'm sorry for the wrestling fans out there. All
Yes,
right,
Yeah.
sir.
cool. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay. So this slide here. And I named this what I'm hearing, and I got a little picture of Eddie P right there because I feel like when the Panthers do good, especially Bryce, the goalpost is always moving as to, the reason why we did good. Okay, it's always something. It's never the Panthers can do good, and it's just we do good. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
that's not for everybody. That's not for everybody. But a lot of people, the goalpost just keeps moving side to side, side to side, no matter what. Okay. And this is what some things I heard yesterday and today. All right. The Falcons
Even
defense.
in the chat, they just didn't mention it.
Yeah. The Falcons defense sucks. Okay. Bryce wasn't under any pressure. And this is one I've been hearing all year. And more so lately, that when Evero started really catching that smoke over the last few weeks. Okay. Defense was gutted to help the offense. Okay. And I got this up here because, like I said, it's interesting. And I just don't understand. Like when the Panthers go out and win, why some people just can't be happy that we won. You know what I mean? As great of a game as that was yesterday, especially by the offense, I'm still hearing people, like, well, it didn't mean much, because the Falcons defense was trash. My thing is, you still got a secondary out there with AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons. Okay. So, I mean, it's not like their secondary is trash. All right. And Bryce, I hate to say this like this, but he gave him the work for most of this game. Okay. Now they defensive line, I know that's not nothing really too crazy to write home about. I heard somebody say something about Matthew Judon and this and that and the third. But what's y'all guys thoughts on this?
Go ahead, Doug.
For me, it's more like you said, the goalposts being moved. I also think it really goes back to preference. I mean, we're past it, but people are not over it. They want to CJ Stroud. I mean, people are not happy with the draft pick. What the success CJ Stroud was able to have with CJ Stroud going to the playoffs back to back years. Once in his rookie year, now in his second year, regardless of his play, the team is going there. And one thing that I was saying in the beginning is he can't do enough where the fans are happy when he has a 5 touchdown game, regardless of if it was 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. Again, he had a flawless game. I was telling CJ earlier when we were talking about is um, look at when Patrick Mahomes played Atlanta Falcons. We looked at the stats, and I don't think we could go as deep as we wanted to. But like I was telling them, look at what Bryce was able to do against the same defense, and look what Patrick Mahomes did. And I said, people be like, "Oh, Dougie, you're comparing Patrick Mahomes and Bryce Young." No, you guys don't give this man credit. So let's look at somebody that you guys want him to be like. And if I'm wrong, CJ, correct me. Bryce Young,
Mhm.
numbers wise, had a better game than Patrick Mahomes. So
Mhm.
again,
He did.
what else does he have to do? I think some people just have too many expectations and some unrealistic expectations for Bryce. Like whenever you have Robert Hunt, J.C. Horn, Dan Morgan, Dave Canales, the Carolina beat writers that's in that room telling you what else does he have to do. Honestly, I just think you personally hate the young man. There's nothing else to that. There's nothing else to that. And I hate it because again, one thing I like, he doesn't listen to outside noise, and that's one thing he's always done. So, oh wow,
Yo,
Yeah.
wow,
shout out to the missus. Shout out to the missus. She said it's because they got needs improvement on their last annual review. Misery loves company. Damn.
Oh God.
Ah,
Hey,
shout out to you, baby.
no lies detected. No
Oh my god,
lies
that is hilarious.
detected.
that's
Hey,
wild.
hold on. And Tone, before you go, I want to go back to Deontay. He said that third goal post is true though. Okay. Now I will counter that with this. I don't think the defense was intentionally gutted. Okay. We traded Brian Burns. Okay. We traded
Hmm.
Dante Jackson. All right.
Hmm.
Dante Jackson started off the season looking good, but Dante Jackson is still Dante Jackson and up there in Pittsburgh. Okay.
Well,
Keep going. Hold on. Don't just stop there.
No.
Go
But
ahead.
because I wanted to throw this in about Dante Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to be cut the day
Mm-hmm.
before he was traded,
Trade.
so
Correct.
he was no loss to us regardless. He was gone regardless. We just
Mm-hmm.
happened to get something when we were not going to get in anything prior to him.
No,
Being
Facts.
yeah,
I was just gonna tell CJ, don't stop there. You gave
No,
Frankie
I got
Louvu.
hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Doug. I got you.
Go ahead.
yeah.
I
Go
got you,
ahead.
big dog. I got you. Frankie Louvu. Frankie Louvu, I think, took less money to
He
go play
did.
with Dan Quinn in
He did.
Washington. Okay. Jeremy Chin. Evero made it clear as the day is long, that he did not have a place for Jeremy Chin. He did not want him on this roster because he sat on the bench damn near the entire season. And I bring Chin up because I keep hearing that name in the names brought up when they say that we gutted the defense. Okay. Now, mind you, do
Hold
we
on. Hold on.
miss
It's another name. That's what I'm saying. Patrick Queen. We were finals for Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen took lesser
mm,
money to go play with the Steelers.
Yeah, but he talking about the players that we had on our
the
team
players
last
that we
year.
had?
Hold on, because again, I'm looking
Mm,
at where people say gutted the defense. You
mm,
actually try to bring free agents in, so you can't forget that, Tony, because we can't
okay.
help that Carolina wasn't an attractive space or a place to play at, but now we are. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You
Mhm.
can't negate that as a point because again, I think if we were attractive as we are now, I possibly
Mm,
do think Patrick Queen would have came to Carolina.
okay.
I really do because we
I
gave him
got
more money.
you. All right, and again, I agree to that. Now, like I said, now would he have liked Brian Burns 8 sacks this year? I'm sure we would have. Okay, but I don't think 8 sacks from Brian Burns would have helped this defense out um the the way that we all would want.
Not
You
not
get what I'm
not,
saying?
not whatsoever. Cause didn't he have 8 sacks, 8.5 sacks his last
Last
year
year.
in Carolina? And
Mm-hmm.
what we always say that he didn't have any help on the opposite side that he gets to New York, and he's playing opposite of Kayvon Thibodeau,
You
and
got
he
Dexter
still has the
Lawrence.
same amount of sacks.
I
And
mean, but Dexter Lawrence,
Dexter Lawrence led the team in sacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you. Hold on. I know I'm gonna skip a bunch of y'all comments here. I'm gonna get back to you. But get to Yanta. He said, just look at how much we spend on defense compared to offense. We haven't drafted a defensive player with a top 2 or 3 pick, I think, in like 3 years. I get the plan, just saying it's true. Well, and again, I don't think we purposely gutted the defense. And I put that up there because when everybody is saying, the defense looked bad, defense looked bad, that's the first thing I hear. The defense was gutted. You know, um people choosing to leave and the 2 trades that we made, I don't think that gutted the entire defense because the run defense was crap last year with Brian Burns. Okay. Now, mind you, it was more crap this year, but let's not sit here and act like, we led the league in run defense last year just because of Brian Burns was here. Okay. We led the
Exactly.
league in rush defense because Frankie Louvu was here. Okay. We led the league in rush defense because Jeremy Chin was here and Dante Jackson. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't think it was purposefully gutted. Go ahead, Doug.
I was gonna say this, and this goes to the gutted part. I don't. I think I wrote the comment earlier. One thing Dan Morgan alluded to was he could have did a better job of helping Evero with
Mm-hmm.
pieces,
Yeah,
and
he
that's
did say
where
that.
I say I think either all three of us or I talked to one of you guys and made this point. You can't really judge Evero until this year. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at all the coaches that Scott Fitterer had, he had to fit pieces in for their scheme, regardless if it was a 3-4. Again, everybody's 3-4 isn't the same. Now, when you look
Mm-hmm.
at he was assistant GM, he was a GM for his first year, still trying to retain players, try to make cap space, try to do something. I think year 2, this upcoming all season, not draft, but all season, can really show us a direction of what Dan Morgan wants to do for this team going in the future. Because again,
Mm-hmm.
Scott Fitterer did not help. Scott Fitterer was terrible.
Mm-mm.
And I understand where people say, oh, but Dan Morgan was in the room. Just because you're in the room, if you're not that supervisor or person that makes the final decisions, your point does not really go across because I can do
You
whatever I
just
want to do. So
You just another person in the room.
yeah, so whenever
Mm-hmm.
you look at it, when Dan Morgan literally said, my job this off season is to give him better pieces for this scheme to look like what it's supposed to look like. And that's what Dave Canales also said. He said, I trust this scheme. I went against this scheme. I know exactly what this scheme can do. And I will say for me, when I heard that, today was like me pulling the veil back and being like, Doug, you probably been really hard on Evero and not understanding that he's
Be
played
right
with
back.
scraps. He's played with
Eh,
scraps. And with scraps, you can't do anything. Like I said, when you make a cake, you can't go with subpar ingredients or missing ingredient. The cake ain't gonna make it, or the cake gonna fall in the oven. So I do think I love where Dan Morgan has made it plain that his plan is
mhm.
to get better defensive pieces, help this defense, and when we get pieces back and change certain rooms, I do think Evero will be good. I really do.
Yeah. But yeah, just to piggyback off what you said, like, I mean, I guess it's based on people's opinion. You're gonna
Mhm.
have some people that feel like the defense was gutted. I'm of the mindset it wasn't gutted. You know, there were some pieces. I think people became attached to certain players and it hit different when they left. You know what I'm saying? Because on defense, outside of Derrick Brown and J.C. Horn, people love Brian Burns. People love Frankie Louvu. People love Jeremy Chin, and they had been here for a while. We drafted Brian Burns. We drafted Jeremy Chin. Signed Frankie Louvu from the as a free agent from the Jets. Like these guys
Mm-hmm.
that came and established themselves. So when they're not retained or we let them go, people feel different. And I get it, it's more emotional than anything. But like I always said, we have to remember we wasn't that good of a defense when we had them. You know what I'm saying? Because let's remember when we did have Brian Burns and Frankie Louvu and Jeremy Chin, we still sucked at tackling. That's something that we
Mm-hmm.
talked about
That's
almost
been a
on a
problem
weekly
for years.
basis. Like we sucked
Yeah.
at tackling. It's like one
Shaq
week we'll
Thompson missed
suck
4
like
games.
yeah, it's like one
Sorry.
week we'll suck ass and then pause, and then the next week, we got better at tackling, and then again start sucking ass again. Pause. So it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so it's not like we had a top five defense, and we was head and shoulders above where we are this year. That just wasn't the case. But again, that's my opinion. Just like everybody else gonna have their opinion. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And let me get back to a comment up here. MDJ, what's going on, MDJ? Let me tell you, this right here is nothing but the truth. If Burns had
hey,
8 sacks with $30 million a year, we would be in an uproar. Yes, we would.
and that's
Yes, we
exactly
would.
what the Giants are giving him right now. They are lighting his
Yeah.
ass up in New York.
And Josh followed that with Giant fans are mad about Burns. Yep.
Facts,
Yeah.
Josh. Facts.
Hmm.
Hey,
Hey,
can I my
hold
bad.
on one second. And Poppin said, I don't think we're more attractive. I disagree. Maybe after this next season and show we can win, then we would be. I'm not gonna lie, Poppin. I completely agree with you on this one. I don't think we are attractive destination just yet. Just yet.
Why
But
not?
if
I,
because the defense is terrible. Okay, defense
All
is
right.
terrible. Now, mind you, we've had all the injuries and everything. This that third, but the only thing we really got to work on, and this is just my opinion. My opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I know what the scheme looks like. I played against it. It's a good scheme. There's words from Evero. Okay. To me, that
Right.
hasn't really showed up on the field. And also, a part of that attractiveness is also in the dollar bills. And we got to see how our cap situation is as well. We
That's
just
true.
can't say, "Hey, y'all come over here and play. Give us a discount. We're gonna pay you 500,000 this year, and we hope that the cap is better next year, and then we'll go ahead and hook you up. It's not gonna work like that. So the scheme, the organization, the people running the organization, and maybe Tepper taking a step back has also helped towards that a little bit. But I agree, popping. Right now, I don't think we're that attractive still, but we can get there. Go ahead, Doug.
I'll say this. I sent y'all a picture today.
Mm.
What I've been saying about the Detroit Lions. How did the
Oh,
Detroit Lions?
yeah.
Oh. How did the Detroit Lions get the free agents that they got, and they got 2 lesser wins than us?
Well, I was just agreeing with you sending the picture, dog. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, you're saying attraction, but the Detroit
Mhm.
Lions, who have been terrible before Dan Campbell became their head coach, they got free
Draft.
agents. They
Yeah, but
drafted
most
and it was free
yeah.
agents. Don't think it was just
Mhm.
draft. So what I'm
No,
getting at
I'm not.
is
I didn't say just drafts, but I'm just saying they had a lot of draft capital.
a lot of
They
draft
had a
capital.
lot of draft capital, and a lot of the players that are impactful for them right now, they drafted.
Drafted,
They
correct.
drafted
Mhm.
Jameer Gibbs. They drafted Jamison Williams. They drafted
Jamison Williams,
Campbell, Jack Campbell.
Jack
They
Campbell,
drafted Brian Branch. I'm talking about Aiden Hutchinson.
the
A lot of
offensive
these guys
lineman,
they
all the
drafted.
offensive linemen. But what I'm getting at
Yeah,
is you don't have to be world beaters. Yes, I understand we're in a smaller market. I don't call Detroit a big market. Me
they're
personally, I
not.
don't.
They're not
So,
a big market
so,
team.
so when you look at it, you have to have a culture building team, but then you also have word of mouth. Like a Robert Hunt jumping out there saying, "Hey, come play along with us." Like I said, once you have players that actually have good camaraderie with other players, and these players that meet up off the scene, out the locker room, you never know what's gonna happen. And then a thing that CJ just said, I read, I think it was either Saturday or Friday. Taylor Moton, if he gets extended, we say $13 million. The one contract that everybody has been worried about is Taylor Moton's big $30+ million
30
contract
million plus.
or
Yep.
guaranteed right now to him. I do think they say it can be as minimum as 1 to 2 years, and we say 13 million in cap space. That's nothing for Taylor Moton to just take an extension for 13 million because he's been getting
Or
what you
converted to a signing bonus.
correct. So, like I said, I mean, that's another thing that you just said where I've been looking at numbers. There's going to be money there. And when you have Brandon Tillis, who supposedly is this great numbers guy, you have one of
Man.
the greatest numbers guys in the NFL to actually work the magic to open cap space. So, there's going to be moves that's going to be made.
Okay. Hey, real quick, Flame for Jesus, thank you again for another super chat, man. We greatly appreciate you.
Appreciate your
He
flame.
said, what I said is we didn't bring in people as talented as we let go. I said we will lose games because of this defense. I was right again. Yeah. I can't disagree with you on that one. I can't disagree with you on that. But I'm glad you said that we lost games because of the defense. I'm glad you said that. I am glad you said that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And again, appreciate the super chat. But go ahead, fellas. Or was
Go
that it?
ahead, Doug.
I was done. I was
Yeah,
passionate.
yeah. I ain't have anything else to do about it. Papa, let
Okay.
me. Papa said we love those players because they were important and impactful. They should have built around it, not letting your pieces walk or getting finesse with trays. Well, I understand what you're saying, Papa, but CJ just explained what happened to those impactful players. Frankie Louvu was an unrestricted free agent. We offered him more money than Washington. He decided to go. So we didn't get finesse with no trade, and we didn't just let him walk. He decided to leave. That I try to
Mm-hmm.
tell people when players are unrestricted free agents, they have a choice. I don't care how much money you want to throw at them. They have a choice to go where they want to go and take whatever money they want to take wherever they choose to go. Just because we love them and we want to keep them, that don't mean they want to stay here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
written on the wall that Frankie Louvu was not no Justin Simmons and he didn't fit Evero's scheme. I wasn't surprised by that move because there was a lot of people, including me, that felt like if you wasn't going to use him correctly, like we used him his rookie year, then he was a liability otherwise. He was a liability in pass coverage, and he was a liability when he was playing deep third, when he was playing the actual safety position. If he wasn't in the box, that's where he was most dominant. If Carolina was going to use him like that, he really didn't have a place. That's just the honest truth, and the proof is in the production that was on the field. So yeah.
Yeah. And this also, and going back to the attractiveness part of the Panthers, you got to remember too, you got these players out here, okay, who are asking themselves, do I fit into this scheme? Okay. What does this scheme look? What would
Mhm.
this scheme look like if I was in it? They got 17 games of terrible footage. And I know that we've had injuries. We've had the most players on our roster than any other team in the NFL, and the majority of those on defense, way more than the majority, probably damn near 95% of them. Okay. But
Mhm.
they got all this film to watch. And again, when we had everybody healthy for week 1, the damn Saints almost put 50 on us. Okay, we almost lost by 40 points.
You
All
bringing
right.
up
So
PTSD moments, sir.
I don't care. I'm sorry. If I trigger you, please hit the leave the leave the stream button, and leave a like on your way out. And I promise you, I will try to get my wife to make you a cup or something to send it to you. But yeah, but no, but back to what I was saying. You and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. You got these players out here who are also looking and saying, okay, do I fit in this scheme? They might go back and look at film from the Panthers this year. Now that we know Evero is staying, and say, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. And that's one of the reasons why I say we might not be as attractive. Okay. But then on another note, you could go back and look at Evero in Denver. You know what I mean? He had a top defense in Denver. So, I mean, people might go back and look at that tape. So, I mean, it could probably go either way. But that's what it was funny because I forgot the point that I was trying to make, and then I remembered it again. So I wanted to make sure I said it before I forgot it one more time. But yes.
Right.
Oh, and hold on. Let me see. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong damn thing. Okay. Deontay said the defense is definitely gutted and hollow. We spent 114 on offense compared to 66 million on defense, and it shows. It had to happen, surround Bryce, but still doesn't mean not gutted, in my opinion. I got you. But you know what? They had to make a choice. In my opinion, they had to make a choice. There was no way they were going to be able to fix both all the way. So they went with offense. And they went with offense, and they were probably, hoping and praying that we wouldn't have these injuries that we had, just like the year before when the guard spot was a revolving door. Our whole defense has been a revolving door outside of, JC Horn, except for the last 2 games of the season. Him, Ashawn, and I Sage Davian Clowney too, for the most part. He missed a game here and there.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Just to play devil, I really want to be done with this part of the conversation. But just think, to Deontay's point, what if the opposite would have happened? What if we wouldn't have spent money on the offensive line and retained those defensive players? Can you imagine where we would be right now in the Bryce Young development and the look of this offense? Because if we didn't take care of the revolving door guards, that means we still got revolving door guards.
Yeah.
More than likely, right? So that's no run game. Chuba Hubbard probably ain't getting over 1,000 yards. It's like Bryce still getting his head knocked off, or whoever is the quarterback back there. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens if you don't take care of that need, which was the most which was the most pressing need that you had on the team? You know what I'm saying, last year, and you wanted to keep all the players that we love and like on defense. What would have happened then?
Hey, that's a good point, Tone. That's a good point. Hey, and Papa said Chin and Louisville definitely producing now, shaking my head. We never said that Louisville wasn't producing. Let me tell you, I would love for them to keep Louisville. I wish he would have stayed. Now, Jeremy
Mhm.
Chin, like Tony said, if we would have used him like he was used his rookie year, then we probably would have seen it would probably been a different story. But like I said, I think it was made clear early on last season that Evero did not have any plans for Jeremy Chin, like any
Mhm.
plans. So, but yeah,
Right.
but I do agree. They both are producing, but Frankie Louvu was a dog, but Jeremy Chin is being used, how he was used when he was a rookie and how he should have been used ever since. But it baffles me why the Panthers couldn't figure that out. So, hey,
He
but
didn't
yeah.
fit the scheme. There was nothing to figure out. He just didn't fit the scheme. It's just as simple as that. Every
Mm-hmm.
player that comes along or that Carolina has does not necessarily mean they're going to fit the scheme offensively and defensively. Look at our line last year. Matter of fact, 2022 when Bradley Bozeman was the starting center. We
Mm-hmm.
ran north south for those
Yep.
last 7-8 games that we had Steve Wilkes. The whole offensive line fit that scheme because they were less athletic and going downhill north south was that was their strength. Last year, when we thought it was going to be the strength of our team, and all we had to do was drop a quarterback in there, and then we start
Mm-hmm.
running stretch zone and outside zone plays. Well, we didn't have the athletic linemen to run those type of plays. Look how
Speak
that
on it.
look how that affected us year round. They didn't fit that scheme. They didn't fit that scheme. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying. Because we have a great player that was great at that time, then we bring in another defensive coordinator. Well, what you did in the 4-3 or in the 3-3-5 stack on the field snow, that don't mean you're gonna do in the 3-4 on the Evero.
Yep. Hey, and I want to highlight one comment here. MDJ again. Facts. Nothing but facts. Evero wanted and wants the players to adjust to his scheme. I feel at times he needs to adjust his scheme to the players. We would still have Louvu and Chin here. Just saying. Now, hold on, Tom. Hold on, Tom. Now, maybe not Chin, but I've been saying this for God knows how long. Evero has to learn how to adjust. He's got to learn how to adjust certain things, certain situations. You know what I'm saying? It may not have worked with Chin, because he obviously, Chin. I'm sorry, he obviously did not want him here, like whatsoever. But I do agree with MDJ when he's saying he's just stubborn. He just stubborn, and I want to follow that up with Poppin. It's his way or the highway / bench, and I kind of agree. I agree. All right. But I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead. I ain't mean to cut nobody off.
Nah, I
Doug,
ain't
were
got
you going to
nothing
say
else.
something? Okay. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. Okay. But this was my slide on this one here. And, good old Eddie P down there. I added him just to piss Nakari off if he's still on here. I think he might have saw Eddie P and left the stream. But all right. But let's move on. And we have we are in the record books, y'all. We are in the record books. We gave up the most points in a single season in NFL history. Oh, hold on. Put that comment back up, Tone. Josh said these free agents might be looking for a first string spot like top safety or wide receiver one is why I think some might be interested in coming here. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because
Gotcha.
you have some players that haven't gotten the playing time or may not be a starter somewhere else, but could be a starter at another team, and can may look at Carolina and be like, okay, you know what? They need me just as much as I need them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You can somewhat maybe say that about T. Higgins if people are, fans are going after T. Higgins. Well, we already know that T. Higgins wanted to be a number one wide receiver. Well, he's not going to be a number one wide receiver in Cincinnati, but he could damn sure come to Carolina and be a number one wide receiver and be closer to home. You know what I'm saying? So there's always different factors that can that play into these guys' decision. And like you said, by the offense showing that they can be a valuable, not valuable, um, they can be a pretty good offense, and people looking at the roster, looking at the team and seeing that we are missing some pieces, and they feel like they may be that missing piece, offense or defense, they may be willing to come.
Gotcha. Okay. Bet. Thank you for that comment, Josh. But yeah, NFL history. The most points given up in a single season by a defense. We beat it by one single point with
1 point.
the 80 something Colts. I can't remember if it was 81, 88, or 80 something.
Yeah, I think it was.
One
Yeah, they had 5. Yeah.
point. 1 point. Because I know at halftime I was on Uncle Quan's live in his chat. And I was like, I said, if we give up 14 points in the second half, we're gonna have the record. And lo and behold, when they got that last touchdown, I was like, damn. I said, well, that is it. That is it. But definitely not the NFL history that we wanted to make at all this season. Okay. All right. And
Yeah.
that leads on to my next slide. Had to
Hold
bring
on, hold
back
on, hold on. I had a point. I had a point.
go ahead, Doug.
So I want to. I'm just gonna
I
give
just
the
want
first.
I just want to know why Chandler Wooten's on the ground. Nobody want to talk about that. Okay, my bad.
I'm gonna give. Well, Shaq Thompson got hurt against the Chargers, right? Or was it the Raiders? No, he played against the Raiders.
He played against it might have been the next week. I think he played
Or the
like
Bengals.
through
The
one of
Bengals.
them games.
All right.
Yeah, because I don't think
So
he was there for the Bears. Hold on, let me see.
no, he wasn't there for the Bears game.
No,
Yeah,
no, he went for the Bears.
Cincinnati.
All right. So
Yep.
I'm just gonna read this off. In the very beginning, those games, Derrick Brown goes down 47 points. That's the first game. You give up 26 points to the Chargers. You give up 22 points against the Raiders. You give up 34 points to the Bengals. And then if you can say, Trevin Wallace's rookie debut as starting, you give up 36 points. Right there. I mean, what else? What else? I mean, can you really say? I might got to get out stream because somebody just popped up. Oh, no, I'm watching. I'm watching. I know Tony gonna be mad. He can be mad at me. Nah, The Rock just showed up. That's the reason why I was like, what? Like he's the opening act.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's the
Okay.
opening act. So
Well, the
Man,
good
he
thing
come
about
on, man.
Netflix, I
I'm
can go
looking
back
in
and
the
rewind.
chat like who popped up. He looking
see,
at
look,
you
see,
know
It's
look,
all
what?
he's
right, Doug.
mad
I
now.
know what you're
Get
talking about.
I know
get
he
your
mad.
ass gone. Just
Look,
gone, man.
he's
Just gone
mad
watch
now.
wrestling.
Mr. Potato Head, can you please go on mute? Thank you. Back to the content. I mean, regardless of who's
That
playing,
that was a good one,
500,
son, bitch.
fi-
That was
fi-
a good one.
Oh God.
534 points. I don't care who's playing. That's just
Mm,
downright ridiculous. Like I understand people saying practice players, all this and that. Even when you had your healthiest players on the field, 534 points is just mind blowing, mind blowing. And for me, that's where I say I'm almost contradicting myself, saying, "Oh, Doug, it's not that bad." No, it is that bad. It is that bad.
mm,
Um, it's it's not an excuse because the same excuse that we give Bryce that they say we have, you being called two Bryces in the stands, people call me a Bryce sexual or baby and Bryce. What's the difference that you guys are catering to Evero? What is the difference? Because
yeah.
again, at the end of the day, whoever you have to play with, you have to go out there and perform. You're not telling me that you're going out and playing subpar and just work and trying to get a check. So regardless of what talent is out there, I do think that you have to adjust to the talent that's on the field. And I think that's where Evero did not do well at whenever it had to come to him making adjustments. Because just because your scheme is the scheme, you can still do a 3-4 scheme, but you have to adjust to the players that are on the field and what's best fits them in your scheme. And that's the reason why we're now in the history books for the worst defense that has ever been on the field for the NFL.
Well, Shaq
Okay.
Thompson said it. Shaq Thompson said it. When I forgot the question that was asked of him, but he said that regardless if we run a 3-4 or 4-3, you got to go get the players that are ballers, and they will fit the scheme. So I agree with him on that. I think there were some missed opportunities in the draft last year. There was definitely some free agents that I was hoping that we hit on that was absolutely horrible. And I have to just be honest with that point that they did not pan out for Carolina whatsoever. So, like I said, Dan Morgan, by him being a former player, I know defense is, he's a defensive minded guy. So I think they're going to do everything in their power to give Ivero the pieces that he needs and build his defense back up, because to me that will only make sense as to why they kept him.
Okay.
And not only that, you have some of the players going to bat for him. Derek Brown, um, J.C. Horn. Yeah, there was a guy that
Clowney,
they
Clowney
interviewed.
did it yesterday, right
Yeah,
after the
Clowney.
game.
Yeah, Clowney did too. So
Mm-hmm.
when your players love you, when they want to play for you, and you got their ear, you got their attention, I think that made it easier for Dave Canales and Dan Morgan to say, you know what, we got to build around them. Let's keep them and let's build around them.
Yeah. Hey, and real quick, shout out to Big Dub Q over at Black Cat Panther Podcast for the two Bryces in the stands. When Doug you mentioned that, I thought about Q.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. So NFL history, but the wrong side of the history books. Okay. So we're going to get into
We
something
couldn't
else that I
avoid it.
can't. Yeah, I couldn't believe that we didn't make history with this one too, but we damn near came close. Okay. So third most rushing yards allowed in a single season in NFL history, 3,057 yards. 6 straight games of giving up 200 plus rushing yards. 200 plus.
And if I'm not mistaken, 9 or 10 out of 17 games this year, 200 plus yards rushing.
I think the only time we didn't give up 100 yards was against the Raiders and the Broncos. Those are the only
Correct.
two games where we didn't give up 100 yards, which is wild. Wild, 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 wild.
And
Hold on.
people out here saying that we should draft a wide receiver or trade back and get a tight end in the first round.
Yeah.
I'll say
Hey,
this.
but
Go ahead, CJ.
I hate to
no,
hear
go ahead,
stuff.
Doug. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say this, and people be like, "Doug is probably flip flopping on this." I don't care. There's no way in hell Chateau should be your starting nose tackle next year.
Who
You're,
flip flopping, Doug? Who
no,
flip? I think we said this is game one last year.
no, I'm saying how I'm giving Evero grace, but if this mofo comes out week one, I don't care if it's home or away, and Chateau's in that um in that gap as a nose tackle, I pray to God is at home, because I might just be in is it Metlin County?
Who?
Who?
What's the county,
Me-
Charlotte?
oh,
Metlin?
Metlin County?
Mecklenburg.
Oh, Mecklenburg.
Mecklenburg.
No, I didn't know. That's what I was asking.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
live.
sorry, Doug. Man. I
No,
got you. I got you.
look,
I got you.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna be in that county jail by the end of the game, because there's no way that you're gonna allow certain individuals still be starting, and you're gonna get help. And I don't even know if Chateau's a free agent. Again, he's a
One more
rotational,
year.
but he's a rotational piece. He's not a starter. He's a
Nah. Mm-mm.
rotational piece that can come in and give a different type of nose tackle or D lineman that gives you a different look. He's not a starter. I don't know if we're going to get Mason Graham. I don't know if we're going to get the guys out of South Carolina. Like I said, I've just started
Mhm.
looking at prospects, but I do know this defense in the trenches has to look totally different. It has
Okay.
to.
Hey,
That front
Doug.
seven has to be. My bad if I talk
Oh
too
no,
quick.
no. Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish.
No, that's all I'm gonna say. It's just the front seven. Well, shit. I mean, excuse me. The whole defense, because I think that safety room is gonna look different too. So I can't even just say the
Mhm.
front seven. The defense as a whole has to be an upgrade. There can't be something that's met at par. It has to exceed above average. And I'm really praying that we're able to have an above average defense, because if we have an above average defense, to go along with the offense.
Mm,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
Oh, okay. Now let me ask y'all this. All right. Now Josh said I stand on if Tet is there at 8. Okay. Now, okay, DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins. Okay, it's probably the top 3, top 2 free agents and one target that a lot of people want us to trade for. Okay. Seattle's probably not letting DK Metcalf go. All right. Um, let me see. What if we don't trade for Garrett Wilson? What if the Jets want too much? And what if we can't convince T. Higgins to come here? Okay, I think the next best thing is Chris Godwin. All right. And then everybody below that list is either, I think they're 30 or above. Okay. So now a lot of people, get on us because they say you're a true number 1 wide receiver. Everybody, I keep hearing everybody saying, Bryce need more help. Well, I think most of us can agree a true number 1 wide receiver would be beneficial to this offense. All right. Now, just say if Mason Graham is gone, Carter is gone, Will Johnson is gone. Okay. If Tet from Arizona is sitting there at number 8, would you be mad at the Panthers for picking him?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Because honestly, this is probably one of the weakest drafts for wide receivers in a while. Terrell McMillan, great wide receiver. 6'5",
Mm,
220 pounds, great hands catcher. I mean, he can do all that. Cool. I get it. You just went through a slide where we gave up 534 points.
mm,
Deontay has made, comments in the comments, and we talked about it, how the defense was gutted. The
mm,
defense was gutted. We gave up 534 points. We gave up over 3,000 rushing yards. All those things defensively. I'm trying to wrap my mind around how a wide receiver is going to be or going to help start to fix that.
mm,
When you still got, and I know a lot of people ain't did their research on it, but and I know everybody, a lot of people are stuck on Abdul Carter.
mm,
What about Michael? What about Michael Williams out of Georgia?
out of
What
Georgia.
about Jalen? What about Jalen Walker out of Georgia? Like there are
mm,
other pieces that we can hit on defensively with the 8th overall pick, and it doesn't have to necessarily be those players. Mason Graham is a hell of a player. Love Mason Graham,
mm.
but he's not the only great defensive tackle in this draft. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like defensive tackle position is deep as hell this year. You don't have to reach and snag him if he's not there at 8. You can get another defensive tackle in the second round. The offense this year kind of show you that they can. I'm not saying consistently, and I'm not saying this is what I want us to do, but that they can actually do stuff with the talent they have. We just hung up 44 points on the Falcons
Mm,
with our 2 best receivers being undrafted free agents. One 34 years old and one a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I can't remember who said, I think the car just said it in the comments, get a veteran wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Cause just
mm,
like a lot of people felt like Xavier Legette was gonna come in and be the wide receiver 1 this year, how that pan out? You know what I'm saying? How that pan out? So now you're talking about, oh, let's go waste a number 8 pick on another wide receiver when our defense just finished playing like shit and the worst in the league and giving up the most points in NFL history. I just don't understand how that evens out.
okay.
Hey, hey, now let me say this. I got laugh in the car. Now, 2025 is just a good year for me, man. So with Bryce, Bryce leading us to 1-0, and then other things going on in life, and then I'm back doing content with CJ and Tone. It's just life is good. Like, I ain't gonna complain. But I want to ask Tony this because Tony activated something in my mind. I think we would know the direction where we may be going based off of free agency in the draft. I would not be surprised if we go safety. And I made this point earlier where Joe Person about maybe who did we play like 2 weeks ago? Was that the Tampa game? Did we play Tampa 2 weeks ago?
No, that was Dallas.
No, Dallas. No, we played
No,
Arizona.
Arizona. My bad.
That was
Okay,
Arizona.
Arizona.
So right after Arizona, Joe Person came out with the Athletic and said an inside source told him the safety room would look completely different. Why wouldn't you go get if you have a Abdul Carter gone, you have a Mason Graham gone? We have not really had a DB that's been able. Well, he's not a DB, but he's in that DB room, even though he's in the safety room to actually help. When you have a safety like that can come in and start day one, what also helps your trenches is what, Tony? Me and you talk about it when we talk about corners. Whenever you have somebody that has great coverage and it's a coverage set, I don't think if I would be mad with us going with safety number one, but still hitting the trenches in round two or in free agency. Go ahead.
Who do you see at the safety position that will be
The boy from Georgia.
who do you see at that safety position that you will be comfortable with taking with the 8th overall pick?
The boy from Georgia, the number one DB.
Malachi Starks?
Yes.
Malachi Starks?
Yes.
Okay.
But like I said, it depends what happens.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, Malachi Starks is good. Don't get me wrong, but I have seen a few times this year where he just get burnt because his eyes just dirty in the backfield. Is not where he's supposed to be.
And then everybody in the chat is talking about the boy from South Carolina. I like him as well. That's exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I like him as well. Yeah,
but I don't think I would take him at number 8.
I say
That's just me. That's just my that's just my personal
because,
opinion.
like I said, if they address the trenches in free agency, out between linebacker and safety, which one would you rather take?
Say that again.
I said if they address your trenches on the defensive front, in free agency,
In free agency?
in free agency, which one would you rather have? A linebacker or safety be drafted at number 8?
I would take a corner. If Will Johnson's there at number 8,
that's a DB. So even though got you. So you say
if Will Johnson's there at number 8, I'm running to the podium with the card. Running.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. All right. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I saw that comment from Josh, and thank you, Josh, for putting that comment out there. But that's not the first time I've heard that as well. Because now we did slide back 2 spots with the win yesterday. We were at 6 going into the Atlanta game. Now we're going to pick number 8. So that's all I wanted to bring that up, just in case if all of those the bigger names that we've been thinking about on the defensive side of the ball are not there. The Mason Graham, Will Johnson, or who was the other one? Abdul Carter. So, but yeah. All right. Cool beans, y'all. Cool beans. Okay. So next slide is just kind of me, having a little fun. All right. And, what we've been talking about the past 2 slides, to me, it's still kind of crazy that this has happened, but I just want to say now you see it popping off. Now you on the stream yelling your ass off. Oh God. Yo, let me tell you. I found this picture of Evero Cheese, and I think this is back when he first got hired, and I was like, this is perfect. And I was gonna put "I'm back, bitches" on here, but I was like, let me just leave it at "I'm back."
Oh my God.
Yo, okay. So I know we've been talking about this. I know we've been
Oh
talking about this.
God.
But I've been saying for the last couple weeks. I've been
Also say
saying
break it
last
down for
couple
me.
weeks. Yeah, break it down for me. He had a hell of a case to be back as the defensive
Yeah,
coordinator. He had a hell of a
yeah.
case. And you got to remember, we are not the ones that are making these decisions. Okay. And what I want to do, I got a clip of Canales interview and I got a clip of Dan Morgan interview, and I want to play that now. So let me just play this real quick.
The performance of the defense, do you anticipate making any changes at the coordinator position?
And this is Vashti from Carolina Blitz asking both of these questions. So shout out to Vashti.
Yeah.
Not right now. Ajero will be back with us as our defensive coordinator. We have a lot of things to evaluate, over the next couple of days, and then, certainly, into the off season to reflect on our schemes, to reflect on our personnel, to reflect on the guys we have here going forward. And so, there's a lot of really important conversations, about all those factors. That'll be great to have.
All right, and this is Dan Morgan. And
There's
asked about
pieces
keeping that
on
role.
defense. Canales said that you're retaining Evero despite the season. What were your conversations with him heading into today about that, and why y'all came to that decision?
Yeah, I love EJ. I love his defense. I think it's a really good scheme. But again, I have to do my part as well. Me and my staff of putting really good players on the field and adding really good pieces to the defense. And again, the young guys are developing on the defensive side of the ball. There's some young guys that we're excited about there. And just some cornerstone guys that we have on defense too that we're excited to get back with Derek Brown and JC. But Evero's scheme's really good. We're excited to have him back. And again, we just got to add pieces, keep developing the players that we do have. And, I think, things can turn around. We just have to put the work in. And we're going to do that.
Okay, and if y'all saw me counting, that was I think like 22 blinks in that little bit of a clip. So yes, dig it. Yeah, he does blink up.
Duh look like the dude from Fat Albert had always wore the cat.
Oh, I can't remember his name, but yes. Oh God, yo, I'm sorry, Doug. What you do? But
That's
getting
what
back
you
to
need to
this,
do when you see the defense next year. Just do this: go get a hat
boy.
or go get a beanie.
Hey, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. And what this tells me
Mushmouth,
right
that's his
here,
name,
much
Mushmouth.
mouth. Hey, what this tells me right here, they had no intentions whatsoever on getting rid of Evero. As bad as this
Mm-hmm.
was this year, that was never in the plans. Never in the plan.
Never in the
Dan
plan.
Morgan said that he believes in his scheme, he likes the scheme, but he has to do his part to bring him in players so he has something to work with. And I do also think that we're going to see some slight changes and tweaks because Dave Canales was like, we got to take a look at the scheme. We got to take a look at what's going on, how to make it better, this, that, and the third. So, but yeah, to me, there was never any thought in their mind about getting rid of Evero. So that's why
Hey,
I got the picture of him up here laughing. Go ahead, Doug.
I'll say this: who is the defensive coordinator that we had before Evero that reminds me of the stubbornness that Evero is going through right now? Can y'all tell me that? That
You
ran a
said who is it?
3-4. It's another D coordinator that was very stubborn in his scheme, did not switch up, and he was just like Evero. And he ran a 3-4. He was a previous D coordinator for the Carolina Panthers.
Phil Snow?
Yes,
Jack
sir.
Del Rio. No,
Now I
Phil.
give you that one too. I'll give you that
No,
one.
I think I had. Well, Phil Snow ran a 3.35. He didn't run a 3.4.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean that was his defense. That
Yeah.
3-3-5 stack defense. Yeah.
But like even people in the chat, I should have said that ran a defense that was very stubborn. Phil Snow was very stubborn. No adjustments at all. When you needed to adjust, no, I'm gonna put my
Right.
you know what in the dirt, and we're gonna run whatever I want to run. So
Right.
that's one thing. Evero is. I mean, again, I think both of you guys have said it in different occasions on this live. You have to play within the strengths of your players. And I'm hoping Evero understands that now, that I just can't be headstrong on I want things done this way. I have to adjust if injuries occur or if I'm healthy, I have to adjust. One thing that Tony has alluded to that he loved when we talk behind the scenes is Dave Canales adjusted throughout the season. He did not just stay on the straight narrow path. He got creative. We talked about it with this game. He got in his bag. Tony and I both said it. When he was saying it, I was typing it. One thing I have not been able to see Evero do outside of the Raiders, because the Raiders suck, is get in his bag. And that's what I'm hoping we'll be able to see in year 3 underneath him now, that we'll be able to see Evero finally get in his bag and be able to actually have a above average defense.
Hey,
Mhm.
real quick, shout out to Trey Will. He said Will Johnson, JC, and Emin Ward have wide receivers in hell asking for Pastor Tony to save their souls. Shout out to you, Trey.
Hey, but you know what? One of the main reasons why I'm not opposed to like I said, like we said, we know we have a feeling that the safety room is going to be addressed, whether it be in the draft or free agency. I still, like we've been saying, CJ and I, the past 2 or 3 years, we need a true shutdown corner opposite of JC Horn. When you have those type of guys, they can do miracles for your up front. You know what I'm saying? They can do miracles for your trenches. When you have corners and safeties that can control the back end, they can do miracles for your front seven. So, like I said, I'm not opposed to that, but we have to upgrade defensively, and there's so many holes defensively that with those first 3 or 4 picks that we have, I'm not thinking about anything offensively. Now that's just me personally. I have no idea what the Panthers may do or what they're thinking or what are the conversations are that they having in the throughout the off seasons, or what may be addressed in free agency. Just putting free agency aside, if I'm just thinking strictly about the draft, I'm going to get younger and more athletic, proven guys in the draft than trying to obtain those type of players in free agency.
Okay. All right. Facts. But yeah, but
what, what is in dust?
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know. I
and
don't
Deontay is
know,
dead
but
right there. They need to
what's that?
upgrade their audio team. The Panthers need to upgrade their audio team because during the press conferences for years it have sounded like shit.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yep. And I'm sorry, I know I'm behind on the comments, y'all, but yeah, but I'm trying to catch up with them here. But are we sure EJ ain't the black dude from not Walker, Texas Ranger? What? Okay, I'm gonna stop. I gotta stop. Cause it's so funny because he fits so many people. That's why. Okay, all right. So Evero is back, and like I said, and they wasted no time. No time. I was at work,
Let it
and
be
Doug sent
known.
me a message and was like, "He's back." And I said, "Well," I looked at my watch. I said, "Well, damn, it's like 9 in the morning." So they was on it already first thing this morning. So like I said, there was never any inkling in their minds that they were gonna get rid of Evero. I guess they feel
Yeah.
that they got to do right by this man and get him some help and get him what he needs. All right. So, but that's that. Okay. real quick. Okay, so here are our opponents for next year. Okay, so home and away we got division opponents. I'm sorry. So we go to Arizona, San Francisco, New England, the Jets, Green Bay, and Jacksonville. And at home we play the Rams, the Seahawks, the Bills, Dolphins, and the good old Cowgirls. All right. So now don't go in any detail, y'all. Just real quick. What do you think about this schedule, and what games are you looking forward to?
Go ahead, Doug.
I already know what you meant by that, CJ. So I'm just smiling. Oh, I do think I'm gonna put this out here. I'm gonna do a bold prediction. I think the Jacksonville Jaguar game will be an overseas game
I
because
hope not.
only reason why I just think, I mean, we had a good showing when we did go to Germany. We did win. And if I'm not mistaken, I think two of the Jacksonville Jaguars home games are counted as games across the pond. So I do want to tip my hat and put a prediction out there that I won't be surprised if we are playing back over across the waters to go play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, I love it. I love the home games. Um, I think the toughest road game right now, if you ask me, would possibly be San Francisco and Green Bay, depending on when you play Green Bay. Even though when we did have Teddy, even during the COVID year, we did have a good showing. Um, but for those two games, I think those would be our toughest games. With the Jets having a new head coach, the Patriots having a new head coach, and the Jacksonville Jaguars having a new head coach,
Yeah. Yeah.
those games
Hmm.
could possibly, you have your coaching staff in place. For home, I mean, you
New
got.
Orleans, New Orleans too, right? New
Well,
Orleans
I
don't
didn't, I
have a
didn't,
head
I didn't
coach
go.
for
I
them.
didn't go into division
Okay.
because that's division.
Okay. Okay.
Division you
Yeah.
can't really. We can have coaches. We can go 0-2 against the Saints. So I was going
Mm.
non-division, but
Right.
home
I
state
got you. I got you.
Buffalo. Love that game being at home. Miami, they're in the
Hmm.
dumpster fire right now. And whenever when I was out of town, CJ was like, Doug, we play the NFC East. And I was like, I hope we play the Eagles. And he was like, no, Doug, it's going to be based off of the standings where we finish at. And I was like, don't tell me you got to play the Cowboys 3 years in a row. And that's one thing I was not looking forward to. But unfortunately, we do have to play the Cowboys. I do think that will be more healthier. Depends on when we play them as well. But
I'm
I
trying
love.
not to laugh.
I know CJ can't help himself. He needs to take his camera off.
Y-
He needs to turn his camera off.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry for those of
you're
y'all
not.
who
You're not
are not
sorry.
Dragon Ball
No.
fans.
Yeah.
Don't
He
be
is
mad
not
Life
sorry.
TV. This comment is hilarious. This is
He's not.
hilarious. If y'all have watched the Dragon Ball anime, you know who Dende is. Okay, and this is fucking
Got
hilarious. Thank
no
you, Dopey
idea.
Nightlife. I know you don't. I know you don't. This is hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
You're not. Go ahead. I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, Tone, go ahead.
Nah, I like um the Rams coming to town. Buffalo with Josh Allen. Like Doug said, Miami right now is in shambles. You don't know what's going to happen with them. Dallas is actually in. You really don't know what's going to happen with them neither. As far as trying to sign Michael Parsons, is McCarthy going to come back? So they definitely have some things to work out. But the Rams and the Bills and the Seahawks, I will say the Seahawks, I'm intrigued about those three home games. The away games, uh, I want to see what we do against the Cardinals since we did pull off the upset in overtime uh, with them this year. San Francisco kind of in shambles a little bit. They're not who they were a couple years ago. The Patriots, new coach. Jets have a new coach. The Jaguars have a new coach. The only other game really is Green Bay. So that definitely be a test because now we're going to play in the cold weather. So depending on when that game is next year, if it's really cold, then you definitely have to give the favor to Green Bay because that's their element.
Hey,
Okay.
can I put this out there too? Being here
Hold on, real quick, Doug. Hold on, I'm sorry. Hey, Nick, Tri-State, thank you for the $2 super chat. We greatly appreciate you.
Appreciate
He
it, Nick.
said y'all ready for defense-based Evero favorite draft, and I'm gonna answer that in a second. Go ahead, Doug.
No, I'll say real quick. I don't know if y'all saw the rumor that came out. The Chicago Bears have reached out to the Cowboys about Mike McCarthy.
I
That is
saw that.
another
I
team
saw that.
that may have a new head coach, but I think the Dallas Cowboys will be in better shape if they let Mike McCarthy go. So,
Well, Mike McCarthy is a free agent. He's a
sure.
free agent. He had no contract
Oh,
after the last game, so he
so,
can talk to whoever he want to.
but
Jerry Jones can't do nothing about it.
so that's
mm,
not true though, Tone, because on
Yeah,
the news,
yes, it is.
hold on, Tone. Well, I would just tell you here, they broke it and said that they had to get permission from the Cowboys to talk to him. So I
Well,
understand what you're saying. He's a free agent, but if you got to get
yeah,
permission from another team to talk to a coach, that means
but
something's
Doug,
there.
but what I'm saying to you though, you know football.
Yeah,
If you are a free agent and you're not under contract with the team, you don't have to get permission. So whoever said that didn't know what they was talking about.
well, it
He is
came
not
out
under
that way.
contract. Yeah, I understand that he said it, but that don't make it right. If you are not under contract and you are a free agent, you don't have to get permission from nobody to talk to nobody.
Correct.
okay. All right, cool. Hey, and Nick, I'm sort of ready. It's just as long as we have no more DJ Johnson picks, no more panic picks, no more trading two picks to jump up and pick a DJ Johnson S player.
That was a
But
Scott Fitterer and Evero pick. That wasn't no Dan
but
Morgan. Dan
hey,
Morgan was in that room.
no,
Who's
I'm
that?
talking. I'm talking
And
Oh,
about
the
Evero
DJ
here.
Johnson pick.
I'm
oh,
talking about Evero here. Yeah. I got you, Doug. I got you. I'm talking about Okay. All right, cool beans. Deontay said it's still technically the season, so they had to get permission, but his contract is over. They want to get head start with coaching search. Okay.
well, let me say this. When did Chicago ask for the permission? It was yesterday,
I can
which
find out real quick.
it would be
I can
Monday.
find out real quick.
It was Monday,
Today's
early
Monday.
Monday morning.
Today's
Yeah.
Monday.
Well, not for
Oh,
me.
It's
I just my
Tuesday for
bad,
me,
my
Tuesday
bad,
Doug.
morning.
my bad,
Yeah.
my bad,
But I'm saying it was Monday. The Cowboys played Sunday, right?
my bad.
When that clock struck zero, when they was walking off that field, Mike McCarthy was a free agent. Period. Full stop.
Okay.
All right, so
Well,
this,
Big
so this,
Wall said he's under contract to January 14th. So
so,
okay.
so, so I'm gonna read you. I'm gonna read you exactly how Adam Scheffler had it, and I'll leave it alone. The Bears have requested an interview with Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy. They are awaiting a response from Dallas. Some around the league believe McCarthy will have interest in the Bears job should the Dallas Cowboys move on from him.
Hmm.
So that was the
Okay.
initial report.
Hey,
Well,
Big
I
Walt said
stand
he's still
corrected.
in contract until January 14th.
That's how I said. Like,
Cool.
so
I stand corrected then. There it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I forgot. Somebody said about the home games, kind of brutal.
that
Yeah,
was
I ain't
Nick.
gonna lie.
That was Nick. Nick said that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I
Yeah.
kind of agree, Nick. I kind of agree. I do not like LA, Seattle, nor Buffalo. Miami and Dallas, depending on how they playing. If Dak can get back to being Dak, I'm not gonna be a huge fan of that game either, even though shit, we got beat by Cooper Rush this year. So, who knows?
Hey, Seattle's gonna be a tough one though because you going from the West
Yeah,
Coast to East Coast. That's a tough travel. Well, both the Rams and
yeah.
Seattle. That's a tough thing to do.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, cool beans. So that is the opponent. Those are our opponents for next year, and this is not the actual schedule of how we're gonna play them. It's just lined up home and away. So we'll see how it all pans out. All right. Okay. So as usual, stock up for the season finale. Who y'all got?
Go ahead, Doug.
Dave Canales play calling.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
He stole
and
mine. I knew I should have went first.
my bad, I didn't even know that one. That one, and youth movement. Damani Richardson, Sanders, Coker, um, Cromedy even played
Yeah.
out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say youth movement and going into the off season, some of these players definitely had, important roles throughout the season. Yes, you lost Trevin Wallace. Yes, you lost Jonathan Brooks. I definitely love what I saw, and hopefully the momentum goes into OTAs and goes into all season workout. So I would say Dave Canales' play calling and the youth movement of the youth and the rookies that actually got playing time when we needed them to get playing time, and they showed up whenever we needed them.
Facts. Okay. Good shit,
You
dude.
saying
Tone.
you saying for the season or just for this game, this last game?
Throughout the season. Well, I'll say this game because again, you did have Damani Richardson that had made plays. Crumity made plays. Jalen Coker made plays. Etzel made plays before he got hurt. I'm trying to think. And I was just saying, just going into the off season, I was saying stuck up would be just for all the 1 to 2 year players that have played on the Panthers that actually had positive plays throughout the season. So
Yeah, I would say. I mean, there's a plethora of names that we can possibly put out there um, for this last game, but I'm gonna just go with the obvious. Well, some people in the fan base won't agree with, but I'm gonna say Bryce Young. And the reason why I say Bryce Young because he had the game of his life, of his career thus far Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
He also ended the season. It, he ended the season in a way a lot of people didn't think he was going to end the season. Like when we saw Bryce Young after the first 2 games of the season, and even though we saw flashes and stuff when he came back, we didn't know exactly what we was going to get for Bryce when he came back. I'm just going to be honest. I didn't think we were going to see this Bryce this soon. Like I was hoping we would see it, but to say that I definitively felt like this was the type of player we were going to see at this point towards the end of the season, given what he went through the first half of the season, I can't say that. So for me, for him to end the season the way he did, outside of Dave Canales' play calling, I would have to go with Bryce Young because this will be huge, huge, huge for his confidence going into this offseason. And I think that will bode well for us as a team and as an offense next year.
Hey, and I would say this. I got to agree with you, Tony. Stock up for Bryce Young because I'll be the first one to admit I had my wife to make me this right here, and it was a ticket after the second game of the season. It was all aboard the Bryce ain't it express because I was just about done with Bryce after 2 games, and I
you flip
huh,
flop from one
call it.
game.
I had an opinion. I changed my mind. I changed it again. Call it what you want. Okay, I don't care. But yeah, but I did say, I was hopping on the express. I hope that I would get off the express at some point. I didn't know if it was going to be this season or next season, but I, if for nothing else, I'm glad we ended the season the way that we ended the season. But on the other hand, we need to see this starting off next year. Okay, what I don't want to see is we start off the season, 1-5, 1-6, and then it takes this long, for everything to get rocking and rolling again. Okay, we got to see we got to see this offense that we saw yesterday, and we've been seeing flashes of for the last few weeks. We got to see this out the gate next year, out the gate from the jump. Okay, but yeah, shout out to Bryce, improving on the season and also stock up to the rest of the offense. Okay, for this game as well. Hey, they did their thing. Catches, acrobatic catches galore. Coker, XL, Adam Thielen. Tommy Trimble for not dropping that wide open pass in the end zone because he bobbled it a little bit. Okay, but yeah, just shout
Play
out to
gave you a
everybody.
heart attack.
Say what now?
I said that play gave you a damn heart attack.
Boy, it did. I swear it did. I swear it did. Hey, Deontay say stock up Ashawn Robinson. Yes, Ashawn
Yes,
Robinson. Mm-hmm. Yep.
yes, definitely.
Yep.
I forgot. I couldn't leave Ashawn Robinson out, especially out as I was told at the beginning of the season that Ashawn Robinson wasn't gonna be shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he just led
Hey,
the team in sacks. That's all.
shout out to Big Walk for the $10 super chat. He said, "Oh, stock up
This
two
shit walk.
fans. Love this show. Can't wait for the off-season content, man." Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate the
I
big walk.
promise you. I promise you that means a lot, man. That means a lot. I
Yeah,
really appreciate y'all. Let me tell you, I didn't know that I would enjoy this whole podcasting thing as much as I do, and it's all because of y'all. And I really appreciate you. So thank you.
no
Appreciate you, Big
doubt,
Walk.
no doubt.
Yep. Said O line on point. Yes. Shout out to the O line. Shout out to the O
Yeah,
line. Yep. Yeah, and shit, I got to give shout out O line for the whole damn season. The entire season. Shout out. And like I said, they had a choice to be made. They fixed the offense. I don't think they could have fixed both. So, hey, shout out to Damian Lewis and Big Robert Hunt. Yep. Hold
yes,
on. What my
sir.
leader say? Said tell them walk. We up next. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So the good old last slide here. Stock down. Let me go first on this one, y'all. Let me go first. Okay. Stock down. Stock down to the defense. But. Okay. Shout out to Mike Jack for catching that interception. And shout out to the defense for getting 2 stops. Okay. Well, let me see. No, hold on. Wait a minute, because I'm looking at the thing. They turned the ball over on downs on their third possession. The Falcons did. We got the interception, and we held them, and they missed the field goal. Okay. Other than that, they got dog walked up and down the field. So stock down the defense.
Yeah,
But three drives where the Falcons didn't get any points. That's probably about as much as they could muster. And hey, shout out to them for that. But still, overall, stock down.
go ahead, Doug.
Stock down for me will be the safeties. Like they say, I mean, the room is going to be different. Xavier
You
Woods,
better be.
brick hands, CJ calls him.
Send the block hands.
Oh, then when you look at Jordan Fuller, waste of money. I think he will be cut right out.
Bruh. Nick
The only
Scott.
the only safety I do think, like you said, will be here with Damani will be Damani Richardson.
Yes.
I will say stop down.
I thought you just said safeties.
I was gonna give one more, but safeties is one.
Oh,
Another one is gonna be these veteran contracts, like a Shaq Thompson. Will he come back? Austin Corbett, will he come back? Cade Mays has definitely shown that he can be up to par for it. Oh, Eddie P, thank you, but good riddance. And I'll pass it off to Tony.
I swear I'm gonna make some Eddie Pinero content for y'all this off season. Y'all gonna hate me. y'all, y'all gonna hate me. But no, stock down is just real easy for me. The defense. No. As a whole, nobody is safe on the defense. When you have given up the most points in NFL history and the third most rushing yards in NFL history, yeah, everybody got to wear that one because they all played a part. They all were part of that defense. So yeah, the whole defense
Okay. Bet. Okay.
led by
What's up,
Major
Tom?
Payne.
Led by Major Pain. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Hey man, but hey, great live, y'all. Great live, fellas. Great live, everybody in the chat. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the topics. Thank you for the questions. Doug, start with you, man. You got anything else before we go? And make sure you tell everybody where to find you at.
No, like I said, we back, man. 2024. Like I said, nothing seriously, just enjoying life. CJ CJ joked with me behind the scenes. It was like, 2025, we got some stuff going on. You better not leave my ass, motherfucker. That's exactly what he said. And I said I ain't gonna do that.
Oh no, say it how I said it, Doug. Let me say it. I told Doug, I said, now I said you better not get in your motherfucking feelings this year and diss a fucking peer. That's what I told him. I said we in this shit all year long. That damn, we gonna be here for the good, the bad. That damn Doug went down to New Orleans and vanished.
So I'm back. Like I said, I'm back. Like I said, 2025 is a good year for me. And then hopefully it is for other people as well. But I'm back, ready to do some off season content, bring new segments to the channel. Like CJ said, the channel is my name. What's up, Doug? People call me Dougie. It is What's Up, Doug on YouTube. What's Up, Doug on Twitter. So just stay tuned. We definitely gonna be in our bag during the off season. And just like I said, if you want to subscribe. If you don't want to, and you want to check us out, definitely just check us out. Have your post notification bells on, man. So I definitely appreciate it.
Nah, damn all that.
And
go subscribe, man. 2 fans sent you over there. Go subscribe.
go to subscribe and tap in, become a member. Hey, listen,
Yes, sir.
tap in to be a member early. That's
Yes,
all.
sir.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna point at it. This will be coming down. I see Dopey. Look, this is coming down. You don't have to worry about it because I have a bam out of Bayou that is from North Carolina, from High Point, that will be replacing this right here, who I should have had up here a long time ago. But this is coming down. This is going in the attic. So you don't got
to get your picture of a hot plate and put back there, Doug. Hey, let me tell you, I would probably fall out this chair and cancel the stream one night if you popped up on here and you took that Butler the jersey down before you got at a bio or what and put a picture of a hot plate in a frame up there. I would probably lose my shit. I promise you. I would just get a peace out and be gone.
Hey, well, look, like I said, we got plenty of time for the off season. So look, if you like I told y'all, just stay tuned. Tony told y'all, like I said, he didn't go above. I am about to drop memberships. Give me probably till February, but there will be memberships on What's Up, Doug. And like you said, you don't want to miss out on the things that we have in store for 2025. So
in the car, so you stole the Apple Watch from a kid in Target.
I seen that. In the car, you talking about the rebrand to a Hot Plate Dub. Hey, if that's the nickname, if you want to call me that whenever you come up, hey, we already rebranded the logo. Like I said, we changed a little bit up, but nah, I'm always gonna be Dougie. I ain't gonna be Hot Plate. That's just a nickname that comes along with Dougie.
Look, we call you What's Up HD. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, Tone, you got anything for the good people, man?
Nah, man, y'all pretty much summed it up. I'm waiting for us to this offseason. I think it's going to be a pretty good offseason for 2 fans in the stands. What's up, Doug? We are definitely collaborating on some things that we're going to bring to you guys during the off season. So look forward to that. I believe it's going to be on both our on platforms when we go live, and we got some other things that's going to going to work. So I ain't gonna speak too much because I don't remember every damn thing. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we got planned.
Yes, sir.
Got your flame. QJ, don't you end this live with this shit. Don't you end this. Don't you end this.
Okay.
But they are. I can't lie.
You never know. It's a rivalry. You never know.
That's right. You never know.
Nah,
you never know.
Rivalry game.
Never know.
Look, I'll leave it on this point. This picture right here, whenever we were supposed to lose to Duke, and then when we made the Final Four run, when we supposed to get our ass to that game, And what
No,
happened?
we had a
No,
way better team. Way
but
better team.
again, we weren't supposed to win that game. And what we did, we put belt to ass and let Coach K
Yeah,
have his last loss and
that's
Coach
right.
K Arena. So you can miss me
That
with
that
that BS.
that's the point. We were not expected to win.
So
I
Yeah.
you
ain't
never
messing you with
know.
nothing. I'll tell you again as soon as we get off the damn live, sir. Hey, thank you,
Okay,
Deontay. Appreciate you.
I don't know where this conversation's going now, but all right.
Nah, this is just me talking shit to Doug.
That's all he do.
All right. One last one. Got you, Flame. I got you. Let me say, hey, Flame gonna make sure he get in, dog. I
He
ain't
gonna
mad
make
at you,
sure
man.
he give you the stats. He gonna make sure he give you the stats.
Hey, I ain't mad at him. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate y'all. Like I said, great live. Appreciate everybody for the super chats, donations. Thank you to Nick Tri-State for becoming a member. All right. We greatly appreciate all of you. Like I said, thank you for the comments, all the good talk, the jokes, the laughs. We appreciate you. If you haven't already, please like the stream. Okay, if you haven't already, also subscribe to the channel on your way out. You can catch us at 2 Fans in the Stands on all social media. And over on Twitch, you can catch us at 2 Fans ITS. All right. So, as always, Panther Nation, I'm going to leave y'all with 3 things. Okay. Well, let me say this too. Good season finale for the Panthers. Great way to go into the offseason. I'm glad it went this way instead of any other way. I'm glad we didn't have that performance for the offense and still lost the game. I mean, they still would have had something to look forward to, but that W was the icing on top of the cake. So good deal for the Panthers, and I hope we can carry this momentum over into next year and start next year off with a bang. All right. But okay, again, as always, I'm leaving y'all with 3 things. Number 1, y'all be good. Number 2, y'all be safe. And number 3, as always, Panther Nation, the Duke Blue Devils suck ass and keep pounding, man. We'll see you.